it's a beer fork show.
Very good, very good, very good. What is going on, everybody? We are back live on a Thursday night. Happy Thursday to you. And nothing really on the agenda tonight. So I guess we'll get into what we get into. Maybe check some beer news, have a few brews. Hopefully you guys are having a great Thursday night as well. Eric, Todd in the house. Todd is giving us the outdoor deck cam tonight. So
I thought about being outside too. I will admit, I actually did think about being outside.
Got all that back there.
Oh, yeah. Look at that farmland, baby! Look
at you can see right below. Baby. You can see right above my head. That's our border for our fence. All that out there, that's not ours. But it looks pretty though.
The plains of Indiana.
There you go. It's a farce because we live like a mile down from the highway where you actually can drive, 5 minutes to go. But it looks like we're out in the country.
It does look like you're out in the country, but
it does.
It's kind of like Indiana all the time, isn't it? Like you always feel like you're out in the country there. Really, you guys are pretty flat. You kind of like Central Ohio. It's pretty flat in that area.
Yeah, but we live close to what they call called Floyd's Knobs, and it's kind of a mountainous. I say mountainous, kind of hills, elevated.
Right.
And it kind of makes the weather here weird which is a good thing. When tornadic weather comes through, it seems like it always goes around us because of the hills. So that's a good thing.
Nice. Well, I know you should be messing with Floyd's Knobs. I mean,
yeah.
I'm just saying. I know Floyd appreciates that.
That's right. Leave old Floyd alone, ain't his knobs.
They don't get turned that way.
Let's settle out of the knob talk, okay?
Shout out to Vanessa in the chat for the evening. What is going on?
What's up, Vanessa?
Good to see you, Vanessa. We were actually having chats over on the B&A show earlier. Got Jeremy in the house as well. What is going on, JV?
What's up, Jeremy?
Feeling a great Thursday night as well. Y'all like music? Y'all need to check out JV because he's got some good stuff on his channel. He gets down on the guitar for real. Ron Sutton's in the house. What is going on? Eric's got a treat for you, Ron. He's got a treat for you. You want to show him what it is
right up
already?
Your alley, brother.
You want to wait for it?
Let's wait.
Uh-oh.
Blake's in the house, 7 to 5. Oh, wrong show. Yeah. What the ABV? I went a little off the track yesterday. It cost me in that game, but that's all right. It was fun to be over on Beer Chug's channel last night. Fourth in the house. Vanessa saying hello again. And Doremi full of, yeah. She was waiting for us to
You are me falosa da do.
Spell check. Nice, Vanessa. And Eclectic's in the house. Cheers, my friend. What is going on, brother? Good to see you. Great show put on the B&A show over the Eclectic Beer channel earlier. If you haven't checked out Eclectic Beer or Eclectic Beer Reactions or Eclectic Beer Gaming, where you can hear us actually game and screw up all kinds of shit on Call of Duty, make sure you check his channels out. It reminds me, if you play Call of Duty and you want to see someone that doesn't know how to parachute, make sure you check out Rob.
I was just going to say that. Did you go back and watch it, Eric?
I even commented.
I forgot to. That was freaking funny.
It was classic of how not to parachute in Call of Duty. So, but
I'm back in the game. No, I'm not. I just died.
And then also check out Blake TV as well. Blake is the B of the B&A, and tomorrow night, Blake,
what about this? Blake, what about this EB?
Wait a second.
Blake, what about this EB, buddy?
Make sure you check him out on Friday Night Throwdown tomorrow night at 9 as well for Blake TV. And Todd is one of the green plants behind you. LOL.
Oh, he's one of the green. The green.
Yeah, the green ones that the Blake Fondo.
Could be.
Vanessa with hello to everyone. Back to Blake. And Craig's in the house from over in the UK. He says hi.
What's going on, Craig? What's going on, buddy? Long time no see, man. Long time no see.
Yeah.
That knob talk, I'm sure, will be coming back up there. Floyd's knob. Gilbert's in the house. Says, cheers, fools. What is going on, Gilbert? And we got Jeremy back there saying cheers, everyone, again. So I'm going to actually crack open a beer here, which is one. I think I just did a video on this one, I believe. I think I did the one. I can't remember them all, but that's the one I picked up from Rogue, the Santa's 2019 Private Reserve. I think I just did a live on that recently. So, but I got a couple of these because I got Rod J deals on them, so I'm going to drink this one here. But if you guys,
shocker.
Yeah. What was it? Was $1.99?
Wait till you see my next beer from the Rod J deal that I got.
Oh, no.
Your mind.
That's a bragger, Rod.
And what are you guys drinking while I pour this one?
Go ahead, Todd. I'll let you go first.
I'm drinking the double high pitch Mosaic IPA, double dry hopped IPA with Mosaic and Centennial from Highwire.
Good brewery. Good brewery.
Nice.
Just picked them up today. Actually, I had to go over to Louisville, so it's like, see what we got over here.
That's one I actually did a thing on too.
So, Rod, you got to put me front and center up here for Ronald's son. You got to put me up center here, buddy.
Some people like to ham for the cam. You know what I'm saying?
So, Ron, I got a beer here for you, buddy. It comes from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's a Miller product. It's boom, buddy. It's Hams, buddy. 4.7%.
Eric, do you get those in 30 packs?
I did. I got a dirty 30 for $12.99.
Dirty
30.
That beats some of my cases I've gotten for $12.99. Although, if you're going by quality, does it really beat that? You got 6 more cans of beer. I got a case of 4 extra stout for $12.99. It's a little bit better than 30 Hams.
You're not going to convince him otherwise, right?
Come on, man. $12.99 for a case of. I'm done with you. I'm done. This is my last beer flow show. I'm done.
That was a few years ago, though. Yeah. But let's see here. Jeremy says, "LOL, Hams for the win." Jeremy, should I do like the Stone Cold, smash them together and go down like that? Being it is cheap, I'm not really going to do it, but not really going to do it.
Eric, we can start a GoFundMe page for you if you need to.
No. I'm good, Todd. I'm good.
I'm just teasing. I know. I'm just teasing.
Who doesn't need a GoFundMe? GoFundMe's racking some dollars. That's like when Costanza started his own charity on Seinfeld that episode. Oh, Blake says, smash that. Like, when it becomes legal here, I will grow you some, Blake. Oh, of course you will, Vanessa, because you got everything at your house.
Right?
If you grow that for Blake, Blake will never leave. I'm just saying. So you get some ice water. Blake says, of course, he's in. LOL. Maybe some Gatorade later. So Vanessa's getting hydrated. LOL. Yeah, the Hams. Eric, Hams, is that a fried bologna reference? So if you were going to pair a fried bologna sandwich, Hams might not be a bad one to do it with.
Good one, Blake. Good one.
Possibly. That's probably true, Rod.
So Eric, you can drink champagne and give a Hams.
Come on.
What's going on, Lone Star? He's a Lone Star kind of guy. Hello, it's good to see you, my friend.
Lone Star must have seen the ham reference. He must have.
I've actually got a Lone Star beer thing here from like a beer fest from years ago. It was one of the, I think it was one of the necklaces or something they gave out. Somewhere around here I got Lone Star. Once upon a time in the mid-'90s, I grew some German seeds. Those plants were glistening beauties. Cheers to Blake, Vanessa, Lone Star. Cheers to Lone Star, Jeremy. Cheers, Blake and Jeremy as well. So everybody is saying hello. And Vanessa, I love glistening beauties. When life gives you Hams, you drink it.
Now wait a minute, Jeremy. If someone actually gave you a Hams, would you actually drink it? And anyone in the chat, if someone actually gave you Hams, say, hey, you want a beer? Would you actually drink it?
I would, and I have.
Yeah, I've had Hams before.
Honestly,
I want to see if
when
anybody in the chat would. Well, over here, anyone in the chat would.
when you're
I think
comparing
Alan
with the
would take
macros, I don't think it's bad.
Alan said he just can't get hams there, but he wants to try it.
Really?
He doesn't get it down in Kakalaka.
I thought you could get it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And oops, my thing jumped down to where I wasn't. Said Vanessa Shiner's Bach is tasty. I do like some Shiners once in a while.
Vanessa, where's the dragon's milk? Vanessa, where's the dragon's milk?
Cheers, Rajay and Pamela for World Star. She's not drinking right now. She's dehydrated. She said she had water and Gatorade right now.
Oh.
She's not drinking all the time. She's not like us. So
Drinking hams, you'll hydrate.
Yeah.
Joey said, yes, sir. I like it. Cheap beer. Oh yeah, Eric Jeremy handed me a lot of hams. Never had it, but would definitely try it. See, if he could get it there, he would try it. Need to just send him some. Could have get him some hams down there. Hams with ham hocks and beans, smoked ham hocks. Compare that
There
way.
you go.
Can't find hams in Texas, so there's another state where you can't get it. So at least 2 states. Dragon milk is chilling. Are you still looking for a keg out there for your kegerator, by the way?
Thought about cracking that new one open. The new Dragon milk that was released.
I don't know about that.
I will grab one tonight to have. Wait, you like the new one?
The new what?
Me? No, I haven't had it yet, but I've got 4 of them downstairs.
Yeah, Eric was like, he didn't say no about cracking that open. Oh, you're talking about Blake's thing.
Yeah, Blake's thing down there. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Blake.
Natural ice.
I think I'll take hams over natural
Ready
ice.
hams?
Yeah, that new. I almost grabbed the other Dragon's Milk I had. So, I'm gonna try something different tonight. So I'll let that sit there for a little bit longer. Really Lone Star we get in Arkansas. Yeah, so hams isn't there in Texas. At least not where Lone Star is. Too much fluid loss in my condition, and you get sick in hospital. One does not want to be in the hospital during a pandemic. No, that would not be where you want to be.
What's wrong with Vanessa again?
She has some different health conditions that she's has to take care of, to hydrate and stuff. Yeah, can't find that. Look a bit hard at the local beer store. Yeah, I was gonna say, I would kind of think it would be down there in Texas, but it's something you can get like at a convenience store. I think they'll sell them gas store, depending on your state of gas.
Like a Circle K or something like that down that way. Yeah.
If they serve beer, I would just think it's one of those ones you can find there. Although I can't find it in our grocery store. Kroger doesn't carry it, but I can get it from some of the other stores. So it all depends on the distribution, who they're bringing in. Blasphemy. I found a source for the 1.6 kegs. Well, there you go. So
nice.
So Vanessa, you can get actually 1.6 kegs of Dragon's Milk. Is that what I'm hearing?
And how much does that cost, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah. How much is it if you can get it?
Yeah, she'll be having it on tap at her kegerator.
If I'm guessing, Todd, I'm guessing it's 150 plus.
Yeah, I could. Let's see. Well, you get what's a 4-pack is what, $15 to $19, depending on where you're at, probably.
Yeah, I'm guessing probably 150 plus is what I'm guessing. But
Yeah. I was thinking 139 range to probably 150, 160. Be my guess too, Eric. And Rod, if you can find this one, I would highly recommend it. It's really good.
Yeah, I recognized the hip on it. I did do a review on that one as well.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I think it's really solid.
A vodka and pizza review.
That would be interesting to say the least.
Does
vodka and pizza actually go together? Would they complement each other?
They do for Blake.
For Blake, yeah. For Blake, they.
I don't know. Do. I've never had it before. I'm just asking. I've never.
You see the dragon as a fire pit pig. I did not see that one. Yeah, look at that.
I did not, Vanessa. I did not. Nope.
I had to drive to a store in Brooklyn to get it. It would be under $200 after driving there.
I figured it'd probably be. I didn't want to say 200 because I thought that was a little high, but it could be with your driving time and maybe actually purchasing it. Probably could be. Yeah.
Well, I think that might just be for the keg, though. Also,
is it just for the keg, Vanessa? Under $200? Man, that seems Well, it is a reserve. I mean,
Well,
if it is a reserve.
How many ounces is that? How many ounces is that size of a keg hold?
Isn't it 5 gallons? Isn't it 5 gallons?
Is that what it is?
I don't know. Offhand.
I was just curious, trying to like price compare. You would think it's got to be cheaper if you were to buy bottles of it. Is what I'm saying. I guess the same quantity.
Let's see. 1/6 of a keg.
I'm looking it up, Vanessa, on Instagram. I'm looking it up to your little dragons thing there.
So 1/6 of a keg, actually 5.2 gallons, equals 41 pints, or 55 12-ounce bottles.
55. Okay. So just say $20, $5 a bottle. Let's say $4 or $5 a bottle.
Well,
okay, yeah, that's a good price then, I guess. It's a little bit cheaper than 200 still under the, if you're figuring 50 some odd bottles.
Yeah. Homemade pizza and vodka is absolute vodka is chilling in the cold shot machine. And then 1 keg of dragon's milk. Yeah, the size that Vanessa has 1/6 of a keg for that one. Vodka and pizza is better than the Cowboys beating the Lions.
Don't go there, Blake. Don't go there.
Hey, what's going on, Erie #1 fan? Kind of late tonight. I'm just saying.
What's up,
kind of
Erie?
late. Brooklyn is 130 miles south of here. 103rd Street and First Avenue intersection is actually 124 from here. That is in New York City. Nice 2-hour drive. Ron said where he's at $14.99 for a Hams 30. So Eric's got him beat. That's not something Eric usually wins in Michigan to beat somebody on beer prices.
Yeah, I know.
What do you got to pay extra for the price of the cans or whatever?
Lone Star said, "LOL, right, Blake? Go Cowboys!" So Lone Star's rooting for the Cowboys. He would take that win against the Lions as well.
Vanessa,
Eric, was that 12?
Right,
Blake said, "Erie, hell, let's pull it up here." That's got to be it right by the pit, yeah.
Yeah,
that's got to be the one right there.
Erie says, "Seriously, thought it was Wednesday. Crazy week. Well, don't back the week up. We don't want to
Erie,
do that."
yeah, no
Erie,
kidding.
You're late.
Go forward.
This New York City keg. She had the thing there, 16 gallon, but I'm actually inside the thing, so I can't click the link there. Erie said, "What up, Blake? Lone Star," and yes, that is the pick. So that's the one she was talking about. And that's a nice night. Having a little dragon's milk outside around the fire pit. Could definitely enjoy that for sure. And she said, "Yes, Eric, we have marshmallows too."
Oh yeah. I seen the marshmallows. I did see that.
Dragon's milk that we had, the new one. You could easily have s'mores out there with the marshmallow and have a nice pairing taking place. And probably
I don't think Vanessa gets the reserve series.
Well, at the main place she goes, I think it's off the military base that they get the main dragon's milk, but the reserves are probably more spotty, I would think.
Yeah,
I just have to crack one open tonight.
You probably
a dragon's milk, Todd? A dragon's milk?
Yeah, I bought it, and I've still got 4 of them, and I haven't had one yet.
Dude, did you get the new one, the green one?
Yeah.
It's good. It's really good. I had my last one last night. It's good.
Yeah, I picked up another 4 when I went last weekend. And guess what? I might do it this weekend. Oh, guess what else this weekend? Braxton Labs has reopened. So
stop. Just stop.
Say no more.
I think on a party source now I can actually grab to go from Braxton Labs as well. Which I know you guys like Braxton Labs, which is a nice little spot. It's all right, right? It's all right.
It's all right.
We've been coming out with these smoothie beers lately, too, so I haven't got a chance to pick up any.
It's even better when you go there with you, for sure.
Well, Joe's the one got that one stuff. He was there with J.O. earlier before I got there. We got all kinds of VIP treatment. Although when I go back and she's working, she does the same again when I'm there now because she knows. So she's like, 50% off.
The next time we go down there, Rod, if we ever get the chance to all go down there again, we're going to just have to kind of go back into the little, I don't know if they got a little reserve area or VIP area down there.
They don't really have a VIP. Well, they don't have it there, but they got like the new Barrel House, which is like 10 minutes from my house. And the main brewery, Braxton, which is right across in Covington, which is just 5 minutes from where we were at. They have like different areas there. They actually put a deck up there too, so you can get a deck outside as well, which is nice. So
I'll tell you what, I want to go back to Street Side. I do. I want to go back to Street Side.
Street Side. I like to see them build out more. Now I am seeing the Street Sides actually getting some of their beers and looks into other spots for distribution. So they're finally starting to grow a little bit more. But I almost went by them last weekend. I think I might do it this weekend and go by and grab some beers. So they got some really good, especially IPAs there.
Street Side. Bring them to me, Street Side. Bring them to me.
I'd go there just for that pulled pork mac and cheese or whatever you got. That shit was good.
Yeah,
we got one of the better food trucks I think I've seen anywhere. But that was
as the youngins would say, that was fire.
Oh God, that was so good. My God, I remember getting pretty inebriated. I'm like, man, I'm pretty inebriated, but I'm still at least sober enough to know where I'm at.
Well, your eyes are so big. Back in with that macaronie, you couldn't believe how much macaroni.
You started handing out forks. Here, everybody, just help me. I can't eat all this. Like, I don't mind if I do.
Guys, I mean, it was huge. That when I bought it, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna get a little pack. Hell no, it came like
well, it was one of those carry out styrofoam things.
Holy shit, yeah.
I think Joe and Jack.
It's like one of those carry out styrofoam things you get at the restaurant.
We all got some, and we almost couldn't eat it all. I mean, we all struggled to eat every bite.
That was definitely a pretty good food truck they got there. That one was permanent for the most part, so I don't think they go in. Oh, they may have had because of the Corona stuff, but usually they were just there.
That whole week, that weekend, that funniest thing is that lady picking us up twice at different places.
Oh, hey guys! Hey, it's you again.
Hey, there she was. There she was again.
She was a nice Lyft driver though too, which is just so funny.
Yeah, she was. Pulled up in her van. We're like, shit, we got you again. She's like, yeah, I didn't get too far out of the area, and I saw it. It's like, figured it was you guys. So it's like, why not?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got to do something.
I think she liked Joe's dad, I think.
Yeah. We could have put Jack in the front seat. Get on up here, Jack. Here he said, week of vacay coming up. Not trying to hold nothing back for sure. Well, that'll be nice to get a little break next week. Well, next week will be short week. I've got like a 3-day work week, which is kind of like a 2.5-day work week as you head into that Wednesday before a holiday at the end. A lot of people start burning out, like financial advisors and stuff. So hopefully it's a nice, smooth week.
I don't even know what freaking day it is anymore except for Thursday because of the show.
Yeah, this week was kind of crazy for sure. So I'm like ready to get the weekend. Let's see. People already testing out fireworks out back, it seems. Here we just trying to be the league champion like you. I want some more hams.
Ron, right here, buddy.
S'mores ham.
He's playing a little playoff with s'mores ham. The ham to the s'mores version. Paul's in the house. Cheers. PA Bruno's great guy.
What's going on, Paul? Cheers, buddy. Cheers. Hey, Paul, when you coming back up here? When you coming back?
Long time no speak.
I don't think he's allowed to leave the state yet again, is he? I don't know.
I don't know. I honestly, I don't know.
On the military bases, they can order the kegs, and the manager will have them shipped to the store. No shipping costs that way.
Nice.
That's what try to do then. Gilbert is drinking on the Flying Monkeys Psycho Thrill Seekers Cryo Hopped Double IPA. I've not had a Flying Monkey since I think I did the Sparkle Puff and another one they had, but it's been a while. Shout out to Emerson. Thanks, man. What's going on? He drops in a super chat there. Tall Boys of Miller Lite. Well, thanks, brother.
Yes.
Hopefully you're doing well. Also, make sure you check out Emerson there too. Appreciate that, my friend. And we're just kind of doing what we do on a Thursday night, kicking back and relaxing and drinking some beer, talking some beer. Eventually, we'll talk some beer news and stuff here too, but getting caught up with everybody. So appreciate that, right? Blaze and Emerson ready with the bomb. Yeah, so appreciate that. Blaze, you rock Emerson. He's out. Thanks. Yeah, no, always appreciative. Like no one ever has to do anything, so you know, always appreciative. And
hey, hashtag. Hold on. Hashtag Emerson in the comments. All right.
Do you hold on to my channel?
Yeah, right here.
Man,
come on, show him some love.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so I forgot what I was going to say now, Eric.
Sorry, man. Go ahead.
You gotta understand. Eric's a little hyped right now because before we started the show, he said he had 4 orders already. So he's
already Joe's favorite beers.
I'm going to say, you guys better wait for the PSA because I'm sure it's going to be entertaining when he gets to that point.
No, I'll be good by the PSA.
Not if we
he's drinking hams now, so
we're going to get something.
Plenty of time to come off that high. Yeah, you need to drink something. You need to crack you an Avery's or something, Eric.
Yeah.
Oh God, no. You're like
Get an Uncle Jacob stout in the house.
Yeah, there you go.
Back when we had the malt liquor one where I was so freaking inebriated I couldn't even do the PSA.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was really good. That one. Yeah.
Oh, no, it was not, Rod. No.
That was to show why people should not drink and drive. We can't even get him out of his living room right now.
Dude, the next morning I was like, what the fuck? I really was. I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Where am I at? Looks familiar, but I'm not sure.
We learn through life.
I obviously have not learned.
We don't want to learn the one lesson of drinking and driving, of course, but
yes, we know of one person.
Yeah, but that's actually visit the Dragon's Milk Brewery. I would love to go out and visit them in New Holland if I get back up that way, and that would definitely be a stop if I'm ever in the New Holland area.
Yeah,
also cool. New Holland. He says, sober enough not to wear skinny capri.
Yes, I'm sober enough not to wear skinny capri. Yeah. That's Harry. Yeah.
That's funny. She remembered that. If Shana was here, he was totally wearing skinny capris.
Some things can etch in your mind, you know?
Yeah. Oh, and just a warning, because... And just a warning, she's not here at the moment, but when she shows up, she very well could pop on.
Okay,
she's been pre-gaming too, so.
Oh, that could
be. So that might be something for everybody to stick around for too. You never know.
A pre-game Shannon that can get crazy.
Right? Yeah, as if she needs that, right?
Skinny capri with truly rippling. My feet don't even fit down the pant leg.
Vanessa.
Oh, but that looks like shit in skinny capri. LOL. No man should ever have a skinny capri. Bro.
Yeah.
We shall introduce higher dimensional rabbit holes later in the show. 4 Oberon's like 4 different annoying rashes at once.
Oh, come on, dude. Come on. Now that sounds like something Joe would say, not Paul.
I was going to say.
Then he says hashtag pure garbage. Well, Paul's in Joe's camp on Oberon, so.
Does he not?
I don't hate it. I just don't prefer it. Like, what do you say? So you're kind of hating it still.
Paul really doesn't like Oberon? Paul doesn't?
I don't think Paul's a huge Oberon fan. Paul likes everything dark and warm. Like,
dark and 400 degrees.
Yeah.
And boiling. 400
just shy of boiling.
Yeah. At a midnight premiere Harry Potter, the third one, I was leaving the show and the lobby was packed in Dallas. I yelled out, pull up those pants.
Vanessa, I can see him. Pull up those pants, boy.
You would see the 6,000 dressed guys take their pants off. Vanessa's giving out orders. I've hated Oberon before Joe did, Paul.
Wow, really? Wow.
Paul,
I will.
Weed ale drinker.
Go ahead, Rod. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I don't see Paul as enjoying a lot of wheat ales.
Now, Paul, I will say the one with the habaneros in it, dude, that's good. They got right at the brewery at the I think it's called the Electric Cafe right there in Kalamazoo. They have one with habanero. It's an Oberon brew with habaneros. Dude, it's so spicy and it's so good.
I would give that one a go for sure.
Dude, it's even I thought I was like, whoa, dude, this is hot. Like you can feel the heat. You're like, whoa, but it's good. I finished a 8-ounce pour of it because they don't give you a 12 because it's like, my God, it's like 12%, I think, it's or something like that. It's above like 9 or 10.
Wow, so that's got a kick up on it then.
And plus
Nice.
with the heat on it too.
Yeah.
Was it real spicy or no?
Oh yeah, you could taste the habanero.
Was it?
Sure. Yeah.
Nice. I'd like to try that one. That's probably just a one-time deal, I bet.
It's right at the brewery. It's at the brewery. They brew it only brewery only.
Yeah, but is that the only time they had it though? Do you know? Well, I guess you probably wouldn't know.
I've only went in the summertime, so I mean they
Yeah.
could have it year round, but I only went there in the summertime and they had it both times.
Cool.
And then I went to Arcadia, which is now they're up in Lansing, which is right north of me here, but they used to be in Kalamazoo. They moved the brewery up to Lansing. I don't know why they did, but they moved it.
Let's see here. And Paul said, so wait a minute. Oh no, Vanessa says so. Oberon one I should not buy. And Paul said depends. Yeah.
Now I like Oberon. Paul and Joe don't. I like it. If you like a wheat ale, and a little
If
hot,
you
a
like
little
wheat
bit
ale,
hoppy,
yeah.
a little bit. It's a little bit hoppy, not a lot, a little bit.
I look forward to it every year it comes out for me.
Oh, so do I. I've always wanted to go to
Yeah.
the Oberon game, but I've never been.
It's kind of one of those I usually will pick up just because it is a annual thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Their Midwest Pale Ale blows all the ghosts. just bombing on bells right now.
Man, Paul, you don't like bells?
Raining down like Mike Tyson uppercuts here. Crazy. I like Bell. I think Bell does a good job. I just did that.
Hey, Paul, just don't bite my ears, okay? Just don't bite my ears.
I just did the incessant they did with the double New England IPA. That was kind of interesting. I thought they did an okay job, but I've had other ones from that area that it just doesn't really stack up as strongly against them, but it's still pretty decent. He says, I like well-made German wheat ales. I dislike Belgian wheat and wheat beers. So he just likes some wheat. Go.
God, it looks so much darker on screen.
Oh,
Vanessa, come on.
What'd you say?
Ask the Pakistanis that. They might be able to answer that for you.
I think we got some people probably from our states that can compete in that.
I'm not going there, Rod. I'm not.
Not yet, anyway.
Good old goat blowing. Did not see that one coming. And that's just why you never know what's going to pop up on this show.
But it ain't like me not putting my parachute down and give Call of Duty.
No, nothing like that at all.
That's an instant classic.
that was interesting for sure. Yeah.
all I heard, I rewatched it, and all I hear is Alan just cracking up like instantly.
Fought your way out, and then you just died.
We got some breweries that are starting to dump beer again because they're having kegs go stale, and some things may be closing down again, depending where you're at as well. So it seems such a shame to pour out beer. Like, you just give it away, but you can't give it away because that'll be against the law. But
Send it to my house.
Well, they could do it at a reduced price to hopefully get people in to actually buy it. I mean, if it's not still at the regular price.
I mean, I guess you could do it that way from the breweries if you have
Better than dumping.
kegs. Better than dumping to get something back on it. Just how many people buy kegs? I mean, outside Vanessa, they're going, what's just that market going to do? But yeah, stores, if it's packaged, it's a lot easier to get it dropped out and stuff. They'll always
they could do like one of our local breweries did, and just have like a massive sale on some growlers.
Oh yeah, they could have done that.
Like,
you could do the growlers or crowlers or something like that. Yeah,
like sure. they poured a shit ton of growlers. They used to follow this like food truck around, and then they got in trouble because they weren't supposed to be selling it in neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
So they had like 60 growlers full. So the next day they just sold it like half price while they lasted. And they were sold out in like 20 minutes. So there's people just lined up.
Or hell, even 3/4 at 25%, they'd probably sell.
Yeah.
Well, I know Party Source, they haven't ran any of their taps since the whole Corona thing started. So they haven't ran any kegs or picked up kegs from anyone. They emptied out what they had. And like I said, some of the breweries that limited their stuff. It just wasn't enough to handle all that, you know. Especially when they were kind of closed down for part of it. Although in Kentucky, we were always like, liquor stores were essential, so.
The liquor stores are essential up here.
Yep.
Too.
Yeah.
Same here.
Paul got kicked out of a few penalties in his day. Why would that not surprise me, Paul?
Paul, is that something you want to admit, Paul?
Does it have to do with goats?
We don't ride goats, sir. I'm not riding a goat. Now back up. My phone restarted and I see goat on. What I do?
Gary, don't bring it up. Let's move on.
You don't even want to know. You don't even want to go back down that road.
Yeah.
One day,
long, nothing to see here.
hurts maybe. Alan said, "Well, that shit was hilarious to see."
Alan, all I remember hearing is you laughing. That's all I remember, like instantly.
I'm just watching Eric get closer and closer. Like,
are you gonna deploy your chute? Splat.
Titles on the prairie in front of a campfire. Ever see the Buzz Clydesdale? Yes, I have. They were actually here a few years ago, and I went over and got some video and stuff. Video on my channel with the Buzz Clydesdale when JL got me in to see them when they were here at the Party Source. Big ass horses. I mean, they will stop a mole in your ass with no problem. Going to the monkey enclosure at the zoo is hazardous. I found a beer advertising from the 50s for Kohler beer in Springboro, Pennsylvania, and the brewery is still open, so I'm going to check it out and see how it is. Well, there you go.
Nice, Paul. Nice.
Brian Sue, all the monkeys used to, and a lot. Since I'm single, I'm going to participate in the broad jump during the Olympics. Hashtag
Go for it, Blake.
Now I need to bring up who was blowing goats. You got the goat blowing stuck in your head now, Ari. Indeed, they did, Vanessa. Dude, it was, well, here's our last hope and splat. Sweaty Vio, yeah, it was.
Yeah, Blake, you'll have look at Rajay BeerVentures, and you'll see that. What not to do. What not to do.
And it's got to be towards the very end of the video too, right?
Well,
I just cut it down to a clip on just him falling. Yeah.
Yeah, but Blake, watch it. You'll crack up. You will, because you'll hear Rad go, "Are you gonna pull your chute?" And all of a sudden, splat.
Yep. Nope. Never mind. Too late.
That was laughing my ass off when that happened.
Oh, God,
Eric's like, well, I guess I'm going to bed now.
So we had one of the breweries is getting resurrected. Interested to see, and he's actually out of Eric's area. So Shorts Brewing, which at one point Shorts has seemed like they may be in a little bit of trouble. They are actually bringing back Arcadia Ales that they bought, which Arcadia Ales made some beers. So kind of interested to see what happens with them working with Shorts. Because I like Shorts beers too.
Now, see, that may be why they were in Kalamazoo and then they moved to Lansing. That could be why they moved.
Is that where Arcadia was out? It was Lansing?
Well, they were in Kalamazoo, and then they moved up, and now they're in Lansing.
Okay. So that'll be an interesting combination with those two breweries. Both do some pretty good beers. So,
but still, they're up by Traverse City, which is like 3.5 hours north of Lansing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they're trying to get distribution down here, maybe they're going to contract brew. I mean, I don't know.
Well, maybe they put Arcadia in with Shorts at the same brewery then.
They could.
I think the only Arcadia beers I've had has been in like one of those beer of the month club type things.
Yeah.
Their beer, Todd, is it's kind of take or leave it.
Well, that's what I thought when I had them. But in those beer of the month things, sometimes you just kind of get some of the shit stuff that are just trying to move. So it's like, I wasn't sure, and I think that's all I've had from there.
They're kind of like Stillwater artisanal that you just don't know what they're going to get. Sometimes they're kind of like one point be great, and then one point it won't be as great. And it's kind of like you just don't know. They keep making different stuff with it, but it's some of the ones I've had have actually like.
Well, maybe it'll change a little bit since Shorts is involved now.
Yeah, place I got to see this blowing goat horns for what? Not to blow in the
not the horn.
There's probably a claymore before he splat. No, there's no claymore in there.
There's no claymore. There's no claymore, Blake.
I'll be right back getting a beer.
All right.
Can goat horns get large enough to turn into a drinking flask?
Well, the one guy that was in Game of Thrones did. He had a longhorn and he was drinking wine out of it.
Yeah, so depending on the goat and the horn, the size of the horn.
I'm not going there. I'm just saying, okay. That's what
I've actually got some of these mugs here. It's actually out of I think it's a ram horn it's out of. So it was done by Thorhorn. They're a company that makes these mugs out of that. LML Blake TV, Rob put how not to open your parachute. Came in channel earlier today. We were all rolling you too. No, not golden parachute.
No, it wasn't the golden parachute.
Yeah, so that was actually a good one. Let's see. Forbes came out with a piece today saying the eight best craft beers for summer sipping and pairing. The only time you got a list, you have to actually wonder about it because there's so many beers out there. But I will say we do have some local representation on this list. It looks like the best beers for summer sipping. Number one was actually out of Cincinnati here, which Todd knows, Mantry Brewing, and they're round in third.
Not 50 West? Wow.
Oh,
well, I mean, it's all over the country, but the Mantry Brewing round in third, which is a nice one. West Coast brew, Nosa Pine Caramel and Bright Citrus is awesome. The author of this one said here. Again, this is Forbes magazine. The second one was Brewery Amagang and their Hennepin, which I do like the Amagang beers. I can't remember if I had the Hennepin. Mm-hmm. You also have KCBC, the Plasma Phantasma. Huge berry flavor up front. That's followed by a smooth and pronounced citrus-like acidity. Banana vanilla notes balance out the acidity while adding another layer of complexity. So there you go. Kane Brewing with their Side Shore Pilsner. And that's a German Pilsner, 100% Hallertau middle fruit for the hops. Crisp and clean with some notes of earthy pine and lemon, and a must-have when you're in Jersey. So that's a Jersey brew. Wild East Turnstile Berliner Weiss, and that's out of New York City that they're making that one. And then one you may not think would be on the list, which I didn't think is actually a craft beer. We'd have to check to see, do they meet the craft definition? But it's actually one that Eric's having tonight, and they got hams on the list. Are you kidding?
No way! No
there
way!
There you go.
Really?
No. What number?
Really? You got to bring it up. You got to show us.
He doesn't have it ranked. He just has a list of them. So,
wow.
Let me see.
I mean, it is a cheap beer, and it's actually not bad for as cheap as it is. It's really not.
I agree with Eric. I think if you look for bang for the buck, that's just as good as it gets, really. For price.
It is for the bang of the buck. Yeah.
So
hams, really?
Hams right there, straight from the land of sky blue waters. This beer just does what it should, making a very successful beer in his book.
Wow, no way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the next guy, right? And so
I don't know if they meet the craft beer definition.
I don't think they are.
It's a macro lager. It's a definite macro lager.
This is written by a guy that works at Forbes, so
probably never had a craft beer in his life.
Yeah. Hey, Ronald, we're here, buddy. We made it.
And then he had the Fifth Hammer Fruitscape, particular beer, minimalism through addition, passion fruit, mango, strawberry, blood orange, and guava, all reinforced the sour. And then Jack's Abbey. With Jack's Abbey, the beers I've had have been really damn good. They're Smoke and Dagger. So there you go. There's some beers if you're looking for some stuff to check out as you head into the summer. Some names for you out there. But yeah, who would have thought hams would have been on the list? Just didn't see it. And Blake says LMFO, solid, dying over here.
Now, Blake, did you hear Alan at the first part when he was cracking up? Did you hear it?
That reminds me, I might have to share a video later on here. And I shared it with Alan and Blake and Scout and Brad earlier and Jeremy in one of our message things. And it's this guy singing a crazy song. If I remember, I'll share that video here because I think we all need a laugh at this time. And if I share this video, I'll guarantee you guys will crack up and be crying by the end of it. So,
okay, I'll look forward to it.
Remember to remind me to do that.
All right.
Paul said, absolutely, Vanessa. Rams horns get huge, and they are great for drinking horns. I have a couple of bull horns at the house for drinking as well. Yeah, the horn one that I have is out of an ox horn.
Hey, Rod, have you had this one?
Yeah, that one, the coast to coast. Yeah, I've had that one as well.
Did I have the coast to coast when we were eating in where was it?
Buckhead. Yeah, it might have been at Buckhead.
Red Shack? Was that where it was at?
Oh no, we were Buckhead when you had that.
Buckhead. That is where I had. Yeah, that is where I had that one.
That's
a good one.
There was it another
one? I think it was the coast to coast.
I think it was coast. I think it was coast to coast. I had one too, Eric. I believe.
Yeah, you guys both had the same one. I'm like, you guys are ordering the same beer again? You're like, I like this one. You got all these other beers here. I'm just saying.
Hey, that one's a damn good one. It is.
Yeah. I think I got this for like $1.60 for the can or something. Maybe picked it up today.
Does it have a hard hop bite to it like it was when we had it on draft?
Not really. It's not real hoppy. I mean, it's got a nice citrus, juicy flavor to it.
Yeah, we'll have to try to get over there again if you guys are back up here.
Yeah, we have a Buckhead right on the river here too.
Well, not Buckhead, but 50 West. They get a nice.
Oh, 50 West. Yeah.
Hey, I'm only 5 hours away, dude. I'm only 5 hours.
Yeah.
We can do it anytime.
That's really cool.
We need to get you guys here too. Go check out some places in Louisville.
Cool drinking horns in the bar.
Eric, either way, I'd imagine.
Really cool stuff, and you could use those instead of those glasses if you're asked. They were like 1 and 2 liter. Oh, nice. Damn right. Narragansett is definitely a good bang for the buck. 16 ounces in PA is only $6.99. One of the cheapest beers on the market. Yeah, I like Narragansett. I think they do some decent stuff to have like as a little lager pack.
Yeah, Joe actually gave me that for one of the mystery beers once, and I thought it was Coors Light, and I tore it apart, and I had to crack all the kegs. He taped it so well.
What was it?
Narragansett. And I thought it was Coors or Miller's product because it tasted just like it.
Yeah.
I remember telling him, you better not have gave me a Coors Light, Joe. I remember that specifically.
Let's see. Did I miss something here? I see Alan. I said, wait, Razor is a phone for folks to buy again. I thought those when I was style with the smartphone. Yeah, people have had Razors for years. And I'm like, did I miss someone talking about the Razor?
I don't think we did. I don't remember. I remember the Razors being big and then falling off, and then
they were big for a while. Yeah. Oh, Vanessa said yes. A Razor version is back. So maybe I missed something there. Paul said Miss Jack's Abbey has a name. I haven't had some Jack's Abbey's beers quite a long time. Yeah, there's some decent lagers. If I could find the Black Santos from Humboldt Brewing Company, I would love to pick up a couple bottles of that. It's so good. And except I drag Narragansett very, very warm, and I still taste it absolutely fantastic. You always drink everything very warm.
Paul, how far are you from Lancaster?
Lancaster.
Yeah, how far are you from Lancaster?
He's not too far from Lancaster.
Because that's where one of the plants I work. Well, not I work where I kind of fly in and do work there. So if I ever go back there, and if you're close, I'll just come meet you up one time. We'll have a beer or whatnot and do whatever.
About an hour and 45.
Oh, okay.
Not too bad. Yeah. So, yeah, their gas is pretty decent enough. If I end up, I can't believe it's almost like July next week, right? So the holiday and everything, but it'll be August. And I'm supposed to still try to go to Jersey in August if it all works out. But it's like now, if I go there, it's like I'll just have to stay at my mom's house most of the time, right? Because you're not supposed to go anywhere. They're about locking stuff down again. And actually, Jersey, New York, and Connecticut, if you come from one of the states where it's rising, they want you to quarantine for 14 days. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It's crazy for sure.
Yeah. They were asking Cuomo about it, like, how do you really enforce like that? He's like, well, they're going to be stopping cars at the border or something like that. He's like, no, but it's like, if you're in, they know, they identify. It's kind of like if you speed or whatever, if you get caught, you're going to have to pay a fine or whatever like that or whatever it may be. But if you don't get caught, you got away with it. It's like, what are you talking about, Cuomo? Like,
if you're not enforcing it, then
they come over, they see Popo, just run.
Yeah. At this point, everybody should just enforce wearing masks.
Yeah.
It's not infringing on your rights. You're trying to protect other people.
But Todd, you're going to have people like, well, the government ain't going to tell me what to do. I'm not going to wear a mask.
You're right. And that's what's happening now. Happening now.
I was telling a lot of the people, I don't know how many people watched my video where I was talking about the New Zealand people actually going back and actually physically watching sports in the stands. I don't know how many of you guys watched that. But I had a lot of comments on there saying, hey, we did this, we closed the borders, nobody in and out, we listened to our government. And I feel like a lot of Americans, I'm not saying us, but a lot of Americans are very ignorant, and they're very what's the word I'm looking for? Very where they just don't selfish, where they just don't listen to it. Yeah, selfish.
But hey, you know what, Eric?
They just don't listen. They don't.
You know what, Eric? If you stop testing, the numbers won't go up anymore.
Yeah, he told me.
Cheeto Man himself said so.
And then he said, his crew was saying, "Oh, he was just joking." Nope, he came out. I wasn't joking. I was serious. I told him slow down, test. They're like, fuck. Who's got the notepad? Who are we supposed to be saying?
Right. Like, gotta take the microphone away. Take it away now.
People quitting left and right. Then he tried to write a book. You can't publish that book. Dude, the fact that his niece is trying to write a book, and he tried to take her to court. They did take her to court to try to get her from not publishing the book.
Yeah.
And the judge decided where she can release it like next month. Coming from the family, that's going to be interesting.
That's going to go. That'll be number one bestseller, New York Times bestseller, straight from like day one.
I mean, God, it's just all this dysfunction that takes place. It's like, I don't know. What we get, I guess. Paul said, next time you're down, let me know, and I'll swing right down.
I will. Yep.
He said, oh, yeah, I got drunk at a strip club and punched a nun. He got arrested. It'll be awful.
Don't let me be around when you do that, okay?
But he said, I can't wait till we all meet. By the way, I need some bail, so come see me. Yeah, it'd be nice to get everybody together and do some stuff.
We'll all converge in Arkansas at Blake's place.
Yeah, like PA Bruni style.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool to do that like a weekend, just like everybody just
meet
up.
What are you fuckers doing here? I can hear him saying that. What are you all fuckers doing here?
But this is Lancaster 290 away from home. Crazy hillbilly style. So when I drive from state to state here in New England, someone is going to catch me, LOL. Well, they'd have to try to catch you and then know you were from out of state or something. But yeah, they were asking me, he's like, well, no, we can't like stop people in the airplane. I mean, that would be unconstitutional and that. But it's like, if you're out and about and you should be self-quarantined and we find out, then there'll be repercussion for it. He didn't say what it would be, but at the same point, you have to do something to get caught too. So I don't know. It's more talking than doing anything, it seems.
Yeah, Paul, self-centered is the right word. Mm-hmm.
I need some Lysol for my lungs, asking for a friend. LOL. Get some of that UV. Get those UV.
Clorox. Yeah.
Tide Pods is the only cure. Yeah, those kids that ate the Tide Pods years ago, they're like, who's laughing now, motherfuckers?
That's right.
Except for
they were ahead of their time.
Except for the one kid in Florida.
Yeah.
Except for the one kid in Florida, he's like, I don't care if I get it, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you're the kid that
guy was from Cincinnati that was down in Florida. And when he got home, his parents talked to him, and he was quickly apologizing on the local news here. His parents were not happy about that.
That was awesome.
Injecting sunlight. Best price in the solar system. We can just bottle it. I mean, Lysol. We got that Lysol. I agree with Vanessa. Once the world goes back to normal, I'm going to take my kids to Salem, Massachusetts. We did just have a very good time in Gettysburg, but COVID precautions were heavily enforced. Yeah, they're definitely enforced now for sure. Gettysburg is a nice little spot, though. I went there when I used to be a Boy Scout back in the day.
You know, this COVID stuff is just something we're just going to have to live with. It's not going away. It's not.
People keep saying the second wave was like we didn't get through the first wave yet because we
know.
Which is actually kind of funny when you look at the new charts now and they show all the countries going down. It's like we're right there, top starting to go down. And we're like, nope, we're America. We're going back up.
Because everybody else wears masks and we don't.
Well, I looked today at Johns Hopkins' website and it says there's under 10 million people confirmed case. I'm like, there's fucking 7 fucking billion people on the planet. We only got less than 10 million. What the fuck? Really?
Well, we don't have more because most of the other countries are doing what they're supposed to do.
Right.
That's the big thing.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm thinking of.
You look at
if you slow down testing, you won't have more cases.
When you look at it as part of the whole, number is small when you look at it as part of the whole. But when you look at something, how easy you could probably handle it, and it's like you should be able to slow it down and get rid of it until you have the vaccine or whatever. Yeah. If people just did was just, but then again, the stories change and that confuses some people, I think, too, over time. But
at the end of the day, Rod, I just don't think we have enough science and data to back up to what the claims are. That's all it comes down to. I agree
with that too.
It is. It's like when I saw one of the scientists talking about a couple of weeks ago, he said, what you're actually seeing out there right now is what we would usually do in the lab. You're seeing actually practice real time because in the lab, we would go through a lot of this stuff, but nobody expected this to happen the way it did. And we don't have the time to do the lab experiments. We got to do everything real time. So you're basically seeing trial and error that are being done in real time versus what we would have done if it was something we were prepared for. So, I mean, if only someone would have left a note saying, hey, you got to watch out for this because there's something that might come down the line. And you might want to have a team put together. We'll put a team together for you, but then, that'll give you a head start. But if only somebody would have done
that. Hey, China, keep your shit over in China next time, okay? Don't bring it anywhere else.
Quit eating fucking bats is what you need to do.
Yeah. Some people like bats. I mean, that might be a nice little spicy wing. You don't know. I never had that.
I'll pass.
I had fried bologna until a few, weeks ago. So.
True. That was good, right? Yeah, I can't knock it till you try it, I guess.
I never had the ketchup and grits, but I might try to test it out at some point, right?
No, so, I ain't never tried ketchup and grits. No.
I might do the rice and the mayonnaise,
Rod, you already went down that rabbit hole. You might as well try it all.
Might as well.
What do you got to lose at this point?
I mean, the fried bologna blew my mind, so I can't discount anything at now. I mean,
since you've had that, have you had any more of it?
No, I've had bologna sandwich.
No.
I haven't had it. No.
I don't want to go through
once. It's good enough.
I go through the process of heating it all up, and you just have a nice sandwich. So I just had the sandwich. So
I don't know. Something about it fried just tastes better.
I mean, it was like a hot dog. So I mean,
it kind of is really.
Yes, it is.
So it's kind of like I just didn't want to go through the whole process. I made this weekend. Maybe I'll do it this weekend. But yeah, but everybody says I put too much stuff on it. But
you did put too much stuff on it.
That's how I like to have this stuff done.
Bougie.
I mean, I saw it on. They had a thing on Dinner Driving and Dives or something last week, and somebody had a big old pickle on it. So, and people do what they do. It's all about what you have available, I guess.
Be you. That's all that matters.
Let me see here. Vanessa says, my blanket line is I'm driving to a military base. That's where we got called. Come to Salem, Connecticut, too. Salem, Connecticut would be kind of cool.
Vanessa will probably kill a deer and we'll eat venison, is what I'm thinking.
Blake says, once the world gets back to normal, he's going to his first strip club. He actually said he's never been to a strip club before.
Blake? Really, Blake? You never been to a strip club? Really?
Well, wait a minute.
That's interesting because I see. Well, I see his personality, Todd, being that he would go to at least one before he, in his early 20s. But
he's originally from Arkansas too, though, right?
Yeah.
Come on, God.
Sorry, Blake.
Come on, dude.
Just kidding. I love you, Blake. I was just kidding.
Oh, he said, Vanessa, Connecticut has lowest transmission at the moment. Yeah, Connecticut does, and that's why they didn't want anybody else coming in to screw it up either. We'll do Vanessa. I will hit Mystic, Connecticut too, Paul says. Until I come to Connecticut, there's a lot of transmissions that are going to be happening when I get there, and it's not COVID, if you know what I mean, but there's no cure for most of it. I was like, with 99% recovery, the overreaction is stupidity. Well, you do have this, but the ones that don't recover, like I guess it was the older people with the main concern. Like the one person just had the birthday party that I posted on Facebook. I'm like, what? I mean, I don't know what an idiot to describe them. You knew this stuff was out there. You guys went ahead and did this party.
The guy 17-year-old.
They were probably thinking, "Oh, we're all family. None of us have it," and then boom, everyone gets it.
The one guy that did it, I guess he had a cough. He thought he just had a cough, and he ended up having COVID. Now they got two of the older grandparents in the hospital fighting it. One of them's on a ventilator. They got one of the women fighting cancer, and now it's fighting COVID as well. All because they wouldn't do a surprise birthday party. It's like, well, you took the risk. You took the risk, and this is what happened.
Yeah, and now you're paying the consequences. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, people think they can go around family and all this kind of stuff as well, and you're putting other people at risk, and it can happen.
I mean, yeah,
we're still being careful.
Yeah, I say there's only 10 million cases, confirmed cases. Yeah. But at some point, I mean, Americans are going to have to be like, look, like just like this surprise birthday party. Look, we're going to take the risk of having this party. If we all get infected, we all get infected, and if somebody dies, somebody's going to die. That's really, I mean, I don't know if they can. I don't know if that particular family did that, but that's how all Americans really look at that. Even if we go to the grocery store, to the bar, to a family member's place, anywhere, we're taking that risk. We could be infected, we could be passing on, or they could be infected and they could be passing it to us.
I think a lot of people are short-sighted in that regard times, and that's what ends up can happen. And there's 16 women that went to a bar down in Florida because they hadn't seen each other, wanted to get together. All 16 ended up picking up COVID. Oh, surprise! And they're like, oh, you don't want to do this because this will happen. Like, well, we knew that before you went. So at the same point, it's on you at this point. Well, I mean, places will start having you sign waivers like a Trump rally.
Well, like with me, I go to my parents every Sunday, but they know that, hey, I could be a carrier because I'm, I work at home a lot of the time, but I still could be a carrier, and I could be just a carrier. I could not have any symptoms.
Right.
I never have any symptoms.
Yeah.
I never have any, like, hey, did you have this? No, I didn't have any symptoms at all. And it's been 3 weeks. I didn't have any.
Well,
we've hung out with just a small portion of a couple of friends and family, but you can't control what they're doing outside of,
right.
Because they're safe now. Like you said, they could be asymptomatic. You would never know it, but we still kind of do the social distancing thing. Like Saturday, we're hosting an 80th birthday party for my aunt, Pat's mom, that plays on COD for us with us. So we're having a party here, and it's just going to be a handful, like my brother and his wife, and people that you think that's probably taking it into their hands to be safe about things. And we'll probably somewhat do the social distancing the best we can. I mean.
And that person, before I kind of wrap up here, Ron, that person may have just had a cough and that's it. We don't know what their symptoms were. They may have had a cough and that was it. They were like, oh, I just got a little cough.
Well, that's what he said. The guy that had a cough was the one he said was probably what affected everybody.
And that's probably the only symptom that he had, probably.
Right. A lot of people don't know. And so it's, if you go into that situation, it's kind of like you're assuming that risk that something can happen. Someone may have it, don't know they have it or so. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's hard for me to say, well, sorry. I mean, but you kind of took that risk. You kind of took that thing. It may sound kind of cold or whatever, but it's kind of like that's what you did by doing it.
Mm-hmm. I almost feel like the test they should be given is whether you've had it yet or not.
They just had
if you have it today or not.
One lady in Colorado, I think it was Colorado, she's gotten it twice now. They said.
Well, and that's the thing. Nobody 100% knows, what the chances are of getting it a second time is. So,
right.
Yeah. And just because you've had it doesn't mean you're immune to it. Yeah.
The interesting thing is there's stuff about people that have had it, and then after they've had it, like one of the guys they were interviewing, he had it, and then he was trying to go and do his workouts, and he couldn't do his workouts fully because he was having the carryover, the scarring of the tissue and all that kind of stuff that was happening to it. So where he used to go out and run a certain amount of miles a day, he couldn't do that anymore because his body was so affected by him having it. So there's also lingering issues.
Oh yeah. I've read stories on that where it's been months where people that's had it are still
one guy was fighting for 5 months that I saw.
Well, look at one of our beer review guys, Jonathan, over in the UK. He says he has it.
Northern Southern Brewers, by the way. Pull through, my friend.
Yeah, he says, look, and all I've heard from him is, look, all I've got is I can't taste anything. That's the only thing I've heard from him. I can't taste anything.
Yeah,
and that's the only symptom that he has, at least that I know of. I don't know if he's came
out. It's just like
it gradually builds up, but that's one of your first indicators if you can't smell or taste something.
Yeah. Well, that's why the Donovan Mitchell for the Utah Jazz, he's kind of the one that started the shutdown of all the sports.
Yeah.
Because he was asymptomatic and didn't even have any symptoms at all. I'm not sure if he ever lost his sense of smell or taste at all, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But
well, Jovic just got it too, and he was like saying stuff like, being casual about it as well. He's come out apologizing for being that way too because he just got it. So your number one tennis player in the world is kind of like he did with the basketball player did, kind of messing around, touching the microphones, all that stuff that ended up getting it too. Yeah, it's like, okay, make a joke about. Oh, there you go. Now it's not so funny right now, right? So,
well, who was it? Like Clemson or LSU or somebody that they started the football practices and like 20 of the players or something come down.
Well, Alabama's had a bunch of players. Clemson
was it Alabama?
Ohio State, they want him to sign waivers. I'm like, if I got to sign a waiver to come back because of this thing, I'm not coming back if I'm like one of their players.
Yeah, I don't. I'll be like, I ain't fucking signing a waiver.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, so, and that's why I think football may not still get done because now they're finding more of the NFL players are having it too. It's kind of like people are like, well, they can go out there and play. They're not around other people, but they're still in touch with each other. So if one of them has it, they'll spread it to someone else out there.
Right. Yeah, they'll go rampant through that.
And, people think they're athletes, or whatever, but you can still have athletes with underlying conditions and stuff that we find out as well, right?
Yeah. It's not like you can ask them to wear a mask while they're playing a game.
I think New Zealand's done it right. They shut down the borders, nobody in and out. And if you're in, you have to be in there at the very least 14 days. 14 days, and then you get tested again. And if you still have, you got another 14 days on top of that.
Yeah.
So you could a whole month and not be in a hotel room with nothing to do.
Yeah.
That is true, Blake. We do have Space Force, though. So, which is actually kind of funny about the Space Force because apparently Steve Carell has a show on, I guess, maybe Showtime, and it's called Space Force. And they pretty much sent a thing out that they may not be able to use Space Force for what Trump was trying to do with the unit because it was already trademarked or patented by the TV show. So that was kind of funny. Ozzy is fine. He eats bats, Paul said. Is he, though? Is he fine? I mean,
is he, Paul? Is he?
I mean, you can't talk words. He can sing you what he needs. If he sings it, he tries to talk to you like a regular person. He's like, what are you saying, Ozzy? I need you to sing that to me. Unless he's called Sharon. And it's like, Sharon. Paul said, I will literally eat anything that lives at some point in time, so I don't really care. Paul's a meat eater, so he's going to go with it.
I'm kind of like Paul.
Centuries there. It's not bass. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's part of the stuff there. Now, I mean, I guess you could have a contamination of maybe the bats that might have came into play, but there is some also thought of it, what if it was in a lab too? I know. So I don't know. There's so much shit that not just, they may do, but shit that we do and all these countries do. You don't know what could have got out. 100,000 dead for barely 0.5% infected. My daughters and I were eating bacon and cheese flavored crickets when we went to beef jerky surplus store. I'm not.
I've had crickets, but not bacon flavored.
I couldn't eat a cricket. I don't think I could do that. I mean, I'd have to be in desperate, survivor mode, stuck in the wilderness somewhere, Bear Grylls, I can't come save me. I'm on my own type situation.
So we've got some neighbors here. I think I've said this before. I think they're from Cambodia. Yeah, I think they're from Cambodia, and they have their own nail salon. And he had a bunch of his friends over one night. This has probably been 2 years ago now. And me and my daughter went over and just hanging out, drinking beers. Friend of those people you ever meet. But they're frying up some fucked up shit. I ain't gonna lie. Crickets. I don't even know. Next time we'll have some tarantulas. I'm like, no, crickets were good. Thank you. They made like a whole bowl and they were eating like potato chips. I mean, and they actually, I don't know if it was the beer, probably was, but they weren't bad. Like they weren't what you would think they were.
Now tried. Tried. Oh.
Tried?
Oh, God. Try it sober. And tell me what you think.
No, but I wasn't like blitz or anything. I mean, I don't even know if I was even buzzed. Because when you're sitting around with them, like every time you had a beer, you couldn't hardly drink it because every time they were wanting to toast. Like, just, hey, cheers. So you had to stand up and clink their glasses together. Like, shit, just let me drink my beer. I shit you not, like every 30 seconds, or they're just like, hey, cheers. It was cool, though. It was fun. It was a good time, though.
Yeah, I'd have to probably. I mean, I know it would be kind of rude. I don't know if I could do the crickets. I'd probably have to pass on the crickets. So.
Well, I would have normally, but it was kind of one of those things like when in Rome, you know? Like, I'm gonna try it just because I've never had it.
I mean, or if I had a cricket, I'd have to chug that beer.
Yeah, like blue. Done.
Honestly, like it was kind of dark, so it was like you just put a couple in your mouth and you crunched down on them. You didn't even know what you was eating. Like it didn't taste bad. Like it didn't taste bad at all. It was weird. It was like eating. What they said is like their version of potato chips. I'm like, yeah, I think I'll stick with potato chips.
I'd be like, so you don't get potato chips then? Like,
right. We'll slice just some potatoes and fry those bad boys. We'll make some up right now.
It's like when people say float, like chicken wings. Well, don't you have?
Let me cut up an actual potato and we'll deep fry them, and then we'll have potato chips.
Oh, speaking of the chicken wing, like they had like whole chickens, neck, feet, everything. They were just out there just whacking away the necks and doing it all. Like, yeah.
And they're doing this in the city limits? Like, what?
Yeah. But it was cool, though. It was kind of one of those, like, unique experiences, you know.
I know Blake usually says on his channel, you got some crazy friends, but you got some crazy neighbors, Todd.
No kidding. And the funniest story is, like, this guy's probably, like, 5'5", maybe. And all his friends probably weren't no taller. And he said they get together like every Saturday or Sunday and play basketball. And there was like a guy who's like 5'7" there. They call him like Shaq because he's like, I think he's big. It was funny.
So I'm going to crack open my other beer here.
Yeah, I'm going to grab another one.
Yeah, speaking of that, Rod, go up there. I'm going to grab another one too.
Okay, so
grab another ham, Ron. Grab another hams.
What you got, Rod? Before I go real quick.
Right here. So this is from Evil Twin Brewing.
Ooh.
Some people are immune to good banana stout. 10.7% ABV.
Nice.
There you go. And this is an imperial stout with banana and maple syrup added, so it'll be kind of interesting.
Nice.
I was totally interested in that when you showed that one on your video. I was like, I want to know what that tastes like.
How much did this little baby cost me?
50 cents.
Free.
Free. 3?
I'm saying
$2.99. $2.99.
Little high.
$1.99.
99 cents. 99 cents.
$1.99 a can.
Yeah. On that note, I'm going to grab another beer.
Yeah, me too, Todd.
It's the life I live. So, what would life be without some Rod J deals? Look at this baby. Ooh. Oh, that smells good out of the can, people. Get a nice dose of that banana. Always do enjoy a nice Evil Twin beer. And I'll have a review upcoming on this one as well. Ended up giving it a pretty decent head to get the flavors and stuff out. But you're getting the banana, you're getting the maple. Kind of a little bit of a breakfast feel in the glass. Almost feels like it has a little bit of that smokiness on it too. I mean, if I had some bacon with this or some candied bacon, oh, Candy bacon would be perfect for pairing this thing together. It's pretty smooth. Oh, you get the Crown Royal. I was about to get some peanut butter whiskey as well to see how the peanut butter whiskey went with the banana stout.
It's not the Screwball, is it?
Mm-mm. It's the other one I got from the Moonshine people.
Yeah, there we go. We got a little more light now.
Royal Reserve, and it's not in the freezer this time, folks.
So what do you think of that one, Rod?
I like it. I get the aroma on the nose. The taste of it, though, is pretty smooth. You get more of the banana and maple in the nose than you do kind of in the taste, but it has a nice, smooth, velvety type feel to it. Almost like a creaminess.
Another one from your neck woods?
Yeah. Zango. I haven't seen that one. With apple. You can see, like, on the front, it does, like, an apple head and a thing. It's like one of their combo beers. Like, if you look at the logo, you'll see, like, it's an apple head, which is kind of like their cider sign. I kind of want some bacon now after drinking this. This was Saturday morning. Might be a little bit of a brunch. I'll have some bacon with this. See how it pairs together. Paul has said, old people are going to die anyway. Cough, just saying. Spicy crickets for sale near me. I am thinking hot peppers and crickets are better. I don't know if peppers can dress up crickets enough to make it do anything. Haven't lived until you toss a nice sweaty stripper salad. Paul, the imagery.
Oh, what are you doing?
Yeah, really.
Never been to a strip club. I've been to strip clubs in the Arctic. Wow. I mean,
Arctic? THO.
Arctic's ahead of Arkansas. He's from Arkansas, so his strip club would be his sister's bedroom.
Wow.
LMAO and boom. I've never been to a strip club. I'm going one day. I don't know how I don't know. I mean, depends where you're at and which is available to you. But I thought all states had strip clubs. Good to know. Alaska apparently is the most northern brewery in America. I have no sister, PA. I think Nome, you spelled it right the first time. You put Nome, but it is GNMOE.
Right, if you see this beer, you got to get it. It's a summer crushable for sure.
Yeah, that's the one I was saying. It's a hybrid. That's how you know by the logo on the front. The logo tells you the logo on the front tells you it's a hybrid. It's like cider base with the beer.
Right. Yeah. Well, down there was a special seasonal beer.
Yeah, those ones are good for this time of year.
Ale with apple, mango, and tangerine. Pretty fucking good. Easy drinking.
Yeah. That's why you never been to a strip club. Now it makes all the sense. LOL. Paul's in the boom mood. They are trying to slow the transmission so they need the healthcare can get. If 1,000 cases show up all at once, it will be pretty right. That's the big thing. It's like you got to control so that everybody doesn't show up at the same time because it affects other people that need other things outside of it too. So that's part of the whole precaution stuff. Just ate too much Caesar salad, Bert. What are you eating? Jerky, Todd? Is that what you eating?
Gilbert.
That's my jerky I made.
Oh,
Gilbert,
nice.
right here, buddy. Gilbert.
That's not very good lighting, but
you should have did a video making jerky like people have asked you to do.
should have, I
Make a
guess.
goddamn YouTube channel, Todd. Lazy ass.
I know.
Joe Jr.
Sure.
Joe Jr., wow.
Blaming car
I
accidents.
will say it's probably some of the best tasting jerky I've made.
That's why we need to see how you do it. I know Vanessa would like for you to make it because I know Vanessa would love to make jerky and see what you do for your recipe.
Well, I got some leftover London broil, so I might just have to video it.
Vanessa, send us your jerky. Send us your jerky.
Blaming car accident established as shootings as COVID deaths now. So I mean, they want those numbers to publicly get skyrocket. I haven't seen anything that bad, but there's been some questionable ones. You wonder, was it the COVID or was it something else? Elbow's in the house. What is going on, my
Elbow!
What's up, Elbow?
And hopefully you're doing well down there. It seems like Florida has now become the epicenter of this whole COVID thing. So make sure you're safe, my friend, down there, and hopefully things aren't too crazy around you. What I saw today, Cuomo was chastising DeSantis for what he's not doing in Florida, but it's like each governor's playing it differently, I guess. Plane crash, well, of course, the pilot must have had COVID, so now everybody that died on the cross has COVID. Now that must be a number. Let's raise the stats. Palmer's an interesting point. So if the pilot had COVID, he crashed the plane, did everybody else die of COVID?
Gilbert, I hear you, son. I hear you. I see your comment. I hear you. Right here, buddy.
What is that, Eric?
I have all the published systems, but that doesn't mean I have the virus, right? That's just Crown Royal Reserve.
Oh, Crown. Okay, okay, there you go. I couldn't see the name of it.
Dude, this is the bomb. I'm gonna get the XO next time and see how much better that is. If it's not any better, I'm just gonna go back to this because it's cheaper.
What'd that cost?
$44. This one, but the actual Crown, the one that's kind of the one that's mass marketed is like half that, like 23. But this is a fifth. This is a fifth.
All right, you can.
And I drink this straight. I don't drink it. Man.
A little bit of peanut butter whiskey now.
There you go.
Does that say Old Smoky?
Yeah, Old Smoky does the peanut butter whiskey. They got a habanero one too. I might take that out.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you guys what. If you can get Screwball, you need to get that. Think of the that coffee liqueur that we got in Cincinnati that day. But peanut butter flavor. But it's bourbon, but it doesn't taste nothing like bourbon.
That's not bad.
It's so good.
A little bit of the whiskey fought with a little bit of the evil twin. We made to put it in the glass. I used to do back in the day, one of the things I saw at one of the places, I went to a brewery. And I haven't done it in a while, but you take like some whiskey, put it in the glass, and then put the beer on top of it. Kind of like a Boilermaker type thing. These two would probably go together well. Paul, which people took this stuff seriously when we had the AIDS outbreak? So many people would have been alive today. So many families would have a happier futures. Well, hindsight, yeah. Yeah. I lost many friends to AIDS. Vanessa said, you can be asymptomatic, but studies show this shifts still damages soft tissue. Right. That's where people are having issues that have gotten through it, but then they're still dealing with stuff after the fact. And tested me for my endoscopy. I was negative then. He said, does I have or due to other medical reasons? Yeah. And Paul said, sorry, Vanessa, as well. Yeah, I mean, it's that whole AIDS thing is, had it been met initially, like this was met initially, it would have been totally maybe a different type of outcome for a lot of people rather than kind of the way it was actually kicked around before people did stuff about it. Life goes on, PA perseverance. That's true. Yeah. Isn't this a beer chat? Well,
sometimes.
Paul, it's a beer and BS. It's really
sometimes.
Army Navy surplus store sells boxes of fried crickets. Why would they want to fry? Hey, I guess in case you get lost, get your training. Train on.
Vanessa, have you ever had them?
Drinking on a Le True du Diable L'Ours blended barrel sour pick Sons. Very nice. I like to see Gilbert sell. I bet Gilbert's got a lot of great shit in his house.
I bet he does too. When I said when I mispronounced Todd's name is what she's referencing.
Oh, Trod.
Yeah, Trod. Yeah. Hey, Trod.
It's like as bad as when you didn't open your parachute. But hey, that's a whole different story.
Eric, just be glad Dolly's not here for that.
Oh God.
Speaking of, where's she been at?
Who?
Dolly. She ain't been around for a while.
I don't know. She's been around for a little bit. Probably trying to find a sugar daddy out there.
Probably.
Miss, I'm always so pretty. Box and ship them out. Like the beer to try them with. What were you gonna ship out? Was that the jerky, or is that the crickets? Oh, the cricket. Oh, well, no need to ship crickets here.
Yeah, no crickets.
Yeah, they're not very good heated. I promise you that.
As our spokesperson for the beer and crickets. He's the professional.
Eat them fresh when they come out of the fryer. Don't reheat them because they're not very good.
What is going on, Doug? It's good to see you, my friend. Fun time last night over on What the ABV. If you guys haven't checked out Beer Chugs, make sure you check them out every Wednesday night, 9 o'clock Eastern. A fun little game that gets played for sure.
I need to try joining that some night.
Danny in the house. What is going on, DIP? Good to see you, brother. It's been a bit of time. Hopefully all as well. And that is Eclectic's cousin, if you didn't know, but a great guy there, too. He's got his channel rolling as well. Todd. Danny came along a lot later. He just started a channel. He's got a channel, DIP Outdoors. Check him out. Emerson's a drink, USA. Yeah. It's all about the drinking. And if anybody else is drinking stuff, I know Gilbert's been letting us know what you're drinking. Make sure you let us know in the comments so we can talk about what you got there, too. Kitty says hello to Beer Chugs and the DIP. 199 for Evil Twin. What the fuck? I talked to wifey. We got to make a side trip on the way home. Just so you get
Alan, don't come up here. Do not come to Michigan. Just stay south of Michigan.
I just, it's a nice little hidden gem of a place here in Cincinnati. You stumble across these things that they have these deals. And I pick them up. They says, hi, Vanessa.
Even better deals if your name Jay.
Wait, you got a deal when you were here before, so.
I know. Yeah, because we were with you.
Get your bacon on. Usually,
Eric and Shannon didn't get no deal while we were by ourselves, did we, Eric?
Yeah, we didn't. We did not.
You went over to Mad Tree, right? When I left, you guys went to Mad Tree.
No. I was talking about the last time we went to the Cincinnati Beer Fest before COVID shit went right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get a deal.
Todd, we were getting tickets. People were giving us tickets.
No, not there. I'm talking about when we went to over to I was gonna say Mad Tree, but not Mad Tree, but
Mad Tree.
Not Mad Tree, the liquor store.
Listerman.
No, not when Joe was in town.
When we went to the you talking about in March for the beer fest.
Yeah.
Well, where did you guys go after the beer fest?
No, before when we left Buckheads, we went over to
Braxton Labs.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We didn't get no deals that night.
Yeah, we didn't get any deals we did not.
That's what I was saying.
I was actually looking for the lady to flag down.
She wasn't there. She wasn't there.
Well, I don't always get deals over there. Did you tell me on YouTube channel?
Shannon quickly made friends with the bartender, though. So,
I will say, the first time we went in there, shout out to the lady that gave us a Rajay deal. Shout out to her.
Yeah, no kidding.
I go in there, I set up a camera, I do like video stuff, and they're like, hey, what are you doing? And they start saying, hey, you want to try this beer? We got this one. You should check it out. And it's like, goes from there. I don't ask for the stuff.
Todd, I
know that.
Todd, we need to bring this guy up here with us. Next time we go, we need to bring this guy.
No shit. We'll be like, hey, do you know who we are? We're friends with Rajay.
Yeah, you know who we are? We do the beer flow show every Thursday.
She's like, I don't give a shit. Pay your bill.
I'm just a man of the people. Just a man of the people.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Shout out to Carla. Cheers. Good to see you as well. Yeah, it says, love you. Like, I'm Carla, but then the hell. Cheers on Carla Daddy. So I'm thinking that's so. But we love all people. So we're all about the peace and love. So Colorado only has Chippendale clubs. Well, that could work for Blake too, maybe.
DIP.
I'm hoping to get elk meat this year from brother in Texas. I would actually try elk. I'd be interested to try elk.
I've always wanted to
try
elk,
that too.
Elk or moose hunting up here. I'm gonna actually put in for my actual permit for that.
I wouldn't even mind going hunting. I've never been hunting. I wouldn't mind going hunting at some point.
Dude, you come up here, I'll take you hunting if I get my permit. I'll be like, dude, I got my permit. Come up.
We actually talked about for the first time, like my wife is usually like, you guys met my wife. She's not usually a big fan of guns or whatever. We talked about having a gun in case anything were to happen and stuff. And I was like, you don't even really like guns. She's like, yeah, but it's just kind of crazy and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I would get a gun, no problem.
Shannon's the same way.
Yeah.
Same way.
I will say this: if you have it for just personal protection alone,
Yeah.
a 9mm will take somebody out.
Do the
9mm.
job.
You don't have to do anything else. And a 9mm does not kick that hard.
Well, it's funny when she said that. I was like, well, I wouldn't mind. I would entertain it. I told my friends at work, and he's like, dude, if you want a gun, get this. He's like, search around. I was like, dude, I'm not coming over. It's like Call of Duty. Like he starts naming all these things.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've shot guns before. I've shot shotguns before, but
right. Get a bison. Get a bison.
Yeah, right.
M13. What do you want? What do you want?
But it's funny because I pulled up and I was looking at is it Carabella's? Because you can actually get a gun online and they deliver it to the store for you whenever you go there and you do all your check and all that stuff.
Yeah, Cabela's.
We have one in the area, but then I saw like one of our other local spots. I went online and saw that. It's like one of the pawn shops and some of the guns they had. Those guns are more like Call of Duty type guns. Like they had some with the scopes and the handguns. I'm like, maybe I'll check this out.
Or a 50 cal handgun will fucking fuck somebody up pretty bad.
Yeah, well, I'm sure, yeah. But it was just kind of interesting. It's kind of like, I don't know, you feel like, are you starting to get this kind of stuff now because all the paranoia or something out there, people are just getting crazy and stuff. It's just, you're seeing shit
partially. That's probably part of it.
I mean, in our area, like, I don't feel any concern at all. I mean, we're in a pretty good area, but you just never know if that area may snap, I guess.
Same, right.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah. I meant to say, Gilbert was drinking the Crown Royal Limited Edition.
Which I think it's the same as what I've got here. It's a reserve for him.
And Alex said the XO is good as well. The $100 XR is butter smooth.
Yeah, I've seen the XR, but it's gone now. I can only get the XO now. Can't get the XR.
You gotta say in a deep voice, like.
And I will say the XR here was like $70 right around there when I seen it.
Yeah, he said $100 XR.
Be back.
Many of my friends died before end of '96 due to AIDS. That's sad to hear. Yeah, XR is blended from leftover stock from closed Seagram's Canadian distilleries. I didn't know Seagram's had closed up there. Eric, when it first came out, it was 100. I haven't seen it since after it first came out. So maybe it's down, or maybe it's not being released now.
Yeah, it could be not, or maybe they just ran out too. That could
what
be
is that one? Check out this.
That's the link to me not doing my parachute.
So that's the link to the game. It's like we watch it pretty much.
So down below, guys, in the comments, watch that link. You'll see me do the thing, and you watch me follow this guy and just go splat. And Rod go, "Hey Eric, are you gonna deploy your parachute?" And he goes splat. So watch it. And guys, if you think it's funny, share it. Share it on YouTube, share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, wherever you got.
If you like Call of Duty, it's fun Call of Duty humor for sure. Yeah. Dayglow IPA for me. I still got to try the Dayglow. I haven't tried that yet. And I think that's Elysian, I believe. So I definitely want to. Here's my thing. I like Elysian on some of their beers, but I try to go more of the local independent. It's kind of like, not trying to be kind of that snob because they're part of AB and Bev now, but I think I'll kind of work my way back to them over time. So it's kind of like I get a little bit there, like I do Lagunitas, I get a little bit of that, I get a little bit of that. But I gotta tell you, Elysian is not a brewery I've ever really been disappointed in. They do
me neither. The Space Dust is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if you like pumpkin beers, or Night Owl is one of the better pumpkin beers I've actually had too. So
really, I'll have to try the Night Owl.
Yeah, Elysian.
Yeah.
Danny got the Natty. Out.
Is it right up there with Southern Tears? Pumpkin?
No, I mean Warlock is my probably favorite pumpkin beer, and then behind it is Pumpkin.
Rod, go ahead, keep going.
But I would say Night Owl is pretty much close to Dogfish's Head Pumpkin for me. Like probably
I can still get Warlock.
Well, it's becoming like a shelfie thing now. It's out there like a shelf. Aren't picking it up, and
I like Warlock. I would get it again. If it was in a 6-pack, then I have the 6-pack. They only have it in the singles, but I would buy all the fucking Warlocks because it's good. It's a very good pumpkin stout.
They should make one where they cuvee both of those because that thing's really good.
Southern Tier,
which Eric did a video on that.
Oh, God! By the time I did that, I was so fucked up, Todd.
I think with if you're more of a stout lover, then you'll prefer the Warlock to the Pumpkin. If you're not as much of a stout, but maybe more of kind of lighter ale type drinker, you're probably going to prefer the Pumpkin. But both are solid. But Warlock,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say do not get the Rum King because it's rum forwarded. It's just going to overpower everything else.
Yeah.
Do not get that.
Yeah.
Every rum beer I've had has been overpowering.
I've got like 4 or 5 bottles of Bigfoot different for variation. I can do a Bigfoot series, and I've got the Baptist. I haven't done the Baptist series yet, and I've got those I need to do.
Do a Bigfoot variant series. Do that.
That's right. Yeah, you do. I need to get those done at some point. And I think I'm going to
pour them all out and try to taste them and see which one you like the best.
And I think I'm going to go back to doing more of. You guys let me know in the comments if you like that or this idea or not or whatever. But apparently, more people like when I do the live beer reviews. I think there's something where some people feel when it's not live, like they don't know if it's staged or something. But more people seem to like the live reviews than when I do the recording. So I think next week I'm going back to do more of just live beer reviews, so you can actually see the whole process.
I'm surprised our beer. I call it even our beer flow show, our beer and BS chat. I'm surprised it doesn't get a lot more views than what it does.
I mean, we're just little guys out here chugging along. I mean,
I know, but still, we're just 3 guys, and Joe, if he comes back, he's a 4th guy. We're just average Joe. His name. We're just 4 average Joes, just drinking and BSing and talking beer, and maybe even something outside of beer too. I'm surprised we just don't have that you actually don't have a bigger following than what you do just for this alone.
I just do it for the fun and the enjoyment. I'm glad that people actually tune in. I love the feedback we get from people and the different things that we do. And, it's fun. It's all about the people. So the people are entertained and I'm happy. That's my whole thing. This actually, to me, is like a throwback to when I used to be a DJ in the radio. So I just have fun, get over here talking and put on entertainment. So
like an interview type thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, from this aspect, it's kind of like more of a putting on a show type thing, and we kind of go through different topics. The Beer Flow show to me is kind of like more of a podcast version of what I want to do on YouTube versus when I do spotlights, when I do interviews on the spotlight type videos or one-on-one with the other stuff. So my whole thing is keeping everybody entertained, and hopefully you guys all enjoy your stuff, and that's why I do it. That's what makes it fun. It's not about trying to get
review the reviewer on the 29th.
What is that? Let me see.
I can't put. There we go.
Okay.
It says review the reviewer Monday the 29th.
I like you got a social media calendar going on the wall. That is
no kidding.
Yeah, I got everything kind of what I want to put on here. Like I got my niece's thing over here, and then I got the monthly weekend ramble here is on the 28th, and on the 29th I'm doing review the reviewer, which pretty much what I'm going to do is just I'm going to kind of bring that back here on the channel. I'm going to kind of do a monthly thing where I just take a beer. It could be any beer, whatever beer I've got, find somebody and just do, obviously asking for permission first before I do it. And if I don't hear, I'm just going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And then say, compare his notes, what my notes are. Like I did I did Joe. I think I might have done Sean from Draft Therapy.
Okay.
You doing for Kyle at no height?
Yeah, I could do one for Kyle with my high beer review.
He probably wouldn't care. I'm sure he wouldn't care.
Yeah. Beer man, we got a problem.
Yeah. My thing is, I don't want to infringe on their video that I kind of want to do, like taking the video from them and kind of putting it up there and having me do the thing. I know it's kind of a reaction kind of thing, but I don't want to piss them off. Be like, hey, why'd you do this?
No, the ones you've done already, they've been good. I don't know why anybody would get mad at that.
No, and if anything, you might even help them draw more attention to their channel.
True.
Or maybe Massive or DJ BrewTube or DJ BrewTube I like a lot. I like his content a lot.
DJ is solid. I need to catch up more in his videos, and he's one of the guys. If I get down to Jersey or get down to Baltimore when I'm there, I definitely, depending on how things are, I want to reach out to him and see about catching up with him. He was one of the first guys I started watching back in the day too, and he always brings that excitement to the videos, and he's always like enthused about it, and you can feel the passion coming through when he talks about the beer.
My thing is to do that every month, and that's why I got the calendar up here to kind of jot down what I'm going to do here.
No, I was going to on one of my base channel, I guess you could say that I have for YouTube. I was actually thinking about doing a channel just on that area, on videos about tips about YouTube and a lot of stuff that I've learned over time. And one of the key things is planning your content out, and having a calendar is huge in being able to do that. So, like some people just kind of wing it out there. If you have a calendar planned out, that actually helps enormously on how you're going to drive your channel.
Yeah, something like this. Oh yeah, for sure.
Like I do on the Google spreadsheet under Google Documents, but having something to at least track what you're doing and how you're tying stuff together keeps you focused on your YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Kudos to you, my friend.
I didn't mean to go off on a tangent there. So.
Oh no, you're good. Tangents on this show, that never happens.
Never.
Should I make a nice dark chocolate fudge and serve the crickets with it? I don't know who you're
Why
serving
not?
that.
Vanessa, that's on you. That's on you.
Todd will be a guest. He likes fudge with crickets.
I'll try it.
Myself.
Now, you'll try anything once, right? You'll try anything once.
Well, maybe.
I
mean, there's some circumstances to that, Eric.
There is.
Gilbert said his cellar on the 10 side says, "A lockdown 2 stay drinking during my 2 weeks off." That can happen. You can knock down the cellar for sure. LOL, Eric B. Splat. Don't you? I guess you watched the video.
Like that, Vanessa? Did you like that? Did you like that? Doing a little Kirk Cousins. Do you like that?
Listen, Eric, what part of Michigan? I've never been to that state and 4 others.
So, Vanessa, I'm south of Lansing, which is the capital. I'm about 10 minutes south of Lansing.
Nice state, Michigan.
Right, you had this one?
Let me pull you up.
A salted caramel.
Yeah, I've had the salted caramel.
Bring it back out a little bit, Todd. Bring it back out. Bring it back out a little bit.
Anybody that gets High Wire Brewing, 10W40, if you like stouts, it's not going to disappoint you. They do so many different variations of it. I've had that one.
This is phenomenal.
Yeah. Like if I go to Asheville, North Carolina, they're on that list for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
They're solid. Emerson said 9mm will do the job, and M60 will do many jobs. Cheers.
Yes, Emerson, and M60 will do it. And M60 will do it.
I'm going with the order like off of Call of Duty. Do you have this one here? Do you have the thermal? Do you have the all the different parts we have on our guns on Call of Duty? No, man. Gun chat, nice. The gun you see in the pic to my left is my Kuna 357 mag semi-auto. Nice.
You have a 357 semi-automatic?
You never knew that was her gun? That's a gun she carries.
Holy fuck.
Vanessa probably has like a rocket launcher.
She'll blow your ass away. Don't fuck with her.
That's why I said
Vanessa has a rocket launcher.
So I said if things ever go bad, we go to Vanessa's house. And
Vanessa, where's the 44? Where's the 44 mag?
Paul said, I just need an old beat up 20 gauge. Just got an old beautiful 22 410 over under for my trap line.
A 410 will do it. A 410 will do it too.
We're really fun. So actually, when Janice suggested, she suggested a shotgun at first or whatever, like just to have something like that or whatever. But don't depend on some third party for your self defense. Yeah, yeah, that's true too. And there was a show I did years ago back with Tanya. We did a show talking about stuff, and I was talking about there was various Supreme Court cases that over the years shown that it's more the responsibility of people to protect themselves than actually the police. So, yeah, you want to have your protection. You want to make sure you're in good position in case something were to happen. Traded the AR Bushmaster 223 for it. I prefer the old simple guns. If shit goes down where I am, it won't matter what gun I have. Left hand and Lagunitas still very yummy. Yeah, I agree. They're both very yummy.
Lagunitas, Paul, if you go to the Chicago one, I'm telling you, dude, you're going to be like, where in the fuck am I at?
Paul's going to look for hookers if he goes into the one in Chicago.
I was going to say, he's going to be needing some dollar bills.
Start going crazy.
Like, am I in the right place?
You're going to be doing this, Paul. You're going to be doing this.
I tell you what, I'm digging this Evil Twin and the peanut butter whiskey. That is one good pair in there.
A little cuvee, Rod? A little cuvee?
I could put a little beer into the whiskey glass, but I'm afraid I'm going to spill it because the whiskey glass is the Glencairn. It's kind of small there.
Right. Show the whiskey again.
Old Smoky peanut butter whiskey.
Which side of the river? Which side of the river did you get it on? Kentucky or Ohio?
Party Source in Kentucky.
Okay.
This one was actually, I think it was $25.99 a bottle, but I got it for
$18.99 deal.
$18.99 that day when I got it. So,
you know what, Todd? You know what?
Well, I was just asking because I wasn't sure if I could get it like in Louisville now. So that's where I'll be working. So right down the street, I'll be.
Oh yeah, you're probably
I'll be handing over my paycheck to the liquor store probably.
That is one heck of a pour there, my friend.
Look at this. Look at this Crown Royal Reserve here, buddy.
Stay tuned for the PSA.
Oh yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah, right. So, but Vanessa knows.
Sure.
Vanessa knows about old too because Vanessa's been telling me to get the. I think it was the pickle moonshine they have or whatever. We do have it. I haven't picked it up yet, so maybe I'll pick that up this weekend. And give that a shot. Should be obtaining an M1 and a Winchester lever action 3030 soon. Nice. You know, I get into a lot of things where I collect stuff, and that's one of my things I was thinking. If I start getting into guns, I'm going to start collecting guns as well. I'd rather nail my dick to the table than
Paul, I'm telling you, Paul, try the Warlock. Really, dude. Try the Warlock. Try it.
Yes, I should. I think you would like the Warlock because you like stouts, Paul. But
I think you would like the Warlock, Paul.
The limited edition. Why is Todd on Tinder swiping away?
Yeah,
Shannon, I'm on my phone and Shannon's trying to call me, so I was like, I don't know what to do.
I know where we're at right now.
So I'm messaging him like, "Do you need me?"
The limited. He's like, no. He's like, skip. He's skipping.
Yeah. Swipe left, right, whatever the fuck it is.
Reject.
The limited edition is blended from 1950s recipe and vintage bourbon wood barrels. Nice. Get your Bigfoot on, right? Yeah, so I got to do the Bigfoot series at some point here. Love the live review. Well, thanks, Chugs. I appreciate that. Yeah, I want to get back maybe doing some more of the live reviews. And apparently a lot of people like when I do the live reviews from what I've been seeing. And they always tell you, look at your analytics on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. And I like doing them. I just don't want to drink every night all the time. That's why I record some stuff. But I think next week I'm going to get back into it. If I do like a beer a night or something like that, which I usually may have, I think we're in good shape. Vanessa says she does like the live reviews as well. Appreciate that. It's real found you folks. We're through you found us, Vanessa. We learned so much from you as well. And your Instagram, Vanessa on Instagram, Vanessa M. Kitty. Make sure you check her out. Great stuff that she puts on Instagram.
Vanessa,
very good stuff.
Vanessa, I'm still wanting, number one, the wallet that you made, and number two, some jerky. All right.
Yeah. And let me know when you start doing the leather cup holders. I'll definitely buy some of those.
Hell yeah.
Me too, Vanessa. Yep.
That's what it's all about.
Got three of us here.
So appreciate that, Chugs. That's what we want to do is keep it entertained for sure. I feel like this is like a nice release before you head into the weekend. And
thanks, Beer Chugs.
I'm gonna have to join up on the Wednesday night ABV. What the ABV?
Hey, Beer Chugs, for your entertained as fuck. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah. Smash that like. Appreciate that. Yeah, everybody hit that thumbs up. Emmer said, to be honest, this is refreshing. Dudes chilling, people getting along. We need more peeps drinking beers. Yeah, I mean, that's what I like.
Sure.
And, you know, beer to me has always been like kind of that ultimate elixir. You know, you can sit there, you can chill out, you can relax, you can have conversations. I think a lot of things in the world were probably done around beer. You know, like you can have wine or you can have spirits, but things can get kind of crazier with some of the higher stuff. Beer is always perfect, and you want to sit back and enjoy. Of course, now we are on the whiskey and stuff too, so that could get a little different. In the beginning, it definitely works out. Let's enjoy your videos too, Beer Chugs. There you go. And 22-year-old Coke Hat is sitting near my head on the arm of the futon, staring at me like.
Give him some love, Vanessa. Give it some love.
If you guys haven't checked out Beer Chugs, make sure you jump over and check his channel out at some point. like I said, Wednesday nights he does What the ABV. He does some other videos on the channel as well, some different reviews and brewery type visits. So it's always a great time. He's out there in California love. So he's always and he entertained as well. And he says thanks to Vanessa too. Gilbert says Seagram's is long gone. Rajay, most of the stories are going to. Yeah, I think the last Seagram's I may have had was like their extra dry gin years ago, which I actually did like, but it's been a long time since. Yeah,
that's why I've never had gin before.
You never had gin?
Mm-mm.
Really?
No.
Why not?
Ever. I've never had it ever.
It's not one of my favorite spirits. But...
Have you ever watched the Bond movies?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well,
shaking that stirred.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing the Bond movie, he's doing martinis. He uses gin for the which is, as a bartender, when I bartended, I always prefer gin was always preferred to vodka for the martini. So if Blake's still watching, sorry, Blake, but that's how you got to make a martini. You got to use gin.
Right. What was your DJ name again?
My DJ name back in college was Big Money. I still got one. A couple of my friends.
Money.
Big Money.
I can't remember what it was.
Money.
That's enough of that. No. Yeah, that was the name I came up with at the time. Well, the funny thing is, when I was in college, I was always trying to work. Like I was always trying to find different jobs to make money. I was all about trying to make dollars and stuff like that. And one of my friends, he was a linebacker for the Mountaineers. Lonnie, and he was like, "You always trying to find that big money out there. You're always working, like not really, hanging out doing some of the other stuff. Like, and it just stuck like DJ Big Money. So the people started calling me that, and that's what I kind of went by, and it just kind of stuck. So that's how I got the name DJ Big Money. Didn't really make big money DJing, but you were just always trying to find.
Still fun though.
Were you in kind of communications that led you into that DJ role?
I was my undergrad was in journalism, which was broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the advertising side of things. So we had a lot of that stuff there. And then I was always big into music. That's why I did like the Hip Hop Chronicles channel that I have out there now as well on YouTube. And I always was a DJ. I always wanted to be a DJ and stuff. So I ended up going for that and ended up being a DJ on the radio. And I still got my FCC license around here somewhere as well. And then I was a feature writer for our university newspaper and then connected with a lot of the music companies and got sent to like different conferences and stuff like that. Like one year I was like rated as one of the top 10 hip hop DJs in the country. And like the nice magazine that we use, the Gavin Report. So it was kind of like, it was a fun thing, but it was because of, I guess, one, I was in that kind of major that you can kind of go into radio from being in journalism, but then it was also, I've always loved like the feel of music. I mean, I was as a kid, I would go to the library when I was younger and I would not just read books, but I listened to music. So when I was like, I don't know, 8, 9 years old or whatever, I would sit there, when you get like the record player with the headphones and stuff, they would have records there. That. I would fucking listen to all kinds of stuff. I would listen to the freaking, like the Grease soundtrack. I would listen to old shit like 16 Tons. I would listen to old classic type music. I would listen to R&B. I would listen to pop, disco, whatever they had there. I just got this fountain of loving music and listening to stuff. Like I have my mom's house, I'd have records like old Beethoven type things and stuff that were on. It's just, I developed a love of music throughout the time. And so becoming a DJ down that line wasn't, something of a surprise there. So I really enjoyed it.
So one of my favorite bands that I always listen to is ZZ Top. I don't know if anybody, but I'm a big metal fan, and out of all genres of music, but I always keep coming back to ZZ Top all the time.
Yeah, ZZ Top was an awesome band, especially growing up through the MTV generation, right?
Yeah,
you saw all the stuff in there. Mm-hmm. I would tell you my favorite ZZ Top song, and it never had a video for it that I remember seeing. Was probably, I used to like Legs and Sharp Dressed Man, but it was LaGrange. LaGrange has like always been a favorite song for me when they actually performed that one. Actually, by ZZ Top, I want to say it was probably like 7 or 8 years ago when we had DirecTV. They had this channel where they did concert series and they were doing a concert out of Texas and stuff.
Yeah.
But ZZ Top was always a kick-ass band. Music is good no matter who makes it. So like I was a fan. I would listen to hip hop, but I would listen to metal. I would listen to punk. I would listen to classic
jazz.
I learned to play pool when I was a little kid at our little recreation center. Pretty much listening to Dust in the Wind. Like every time I played pool, Dust in the Wind sang on jukebox, right? So listening to Kansas. I have Elvis at my mom's house. I had Elvis's last record that he performed before he died at Madison Square Garden. That was a live album. I listened to the Jackson 5. When you got a love of music, you listen to everything because you always everything that's coming from. The first, I guess you could say, rock band that I really enjoyed was when I want to say I was like in the 4th or 5th grade. Whenever Back in Black came out with AC/DC.
AC/DC.
I was looking through the radio, and it was like at 9 o'clock at night. I can remember like it was yesterday. It was like 9 o'clock at night. I was about to go to bed or whatever, and they premiered. It was Hell's Bells. And it was the first time I heard it. And I was like, it just had a nice riff to it, the words and everything. And it just kind of done it. And that got me to listen to that, listening to the other stuff they were doing, Back in Black, and that whole album that came out, Shook Me All Night Long, which I didn't find out till later on what it was really about was Shook Me All Night Long. And the first year, like listening to it, you're thinking of something different than what it actually was all about. So
and you read about like,
okay.
It was like Prince and Little Red Corvette. Like,
yeah.
Wait a minute. What are we talking about here?
So, but I listened to it all. I listened to Jay Giles' band. I listened to Queen. When I was in 6th grade, I can remember in our little school on Fridays, we had a record player, and they would let us play records in the afternoon. It's like to go into the weekend. I was actually the DJ for that. I'm like, what do you want to hear? Oh, Queen, Another One Bites the Dust. We got that, blah, blah, blah. So I've always been around music. I just always enjoyed it. So
I always thought Another One Bites the Dust was kind of like a rock jazz kind of tune. Because it had that jazz kind of element to it, but it had the rock element to it.
Yeah. So it's almost like to the genius of Queen, those
guys. I was going to say, they're kind of all over the board, really.
Yeah. When they did Bohemian Rhapsody and how they didn't want that really released, not them, but the studio, and then they were like, we need to do something like this, and Freddie Mercury kept the push on for it to get done.
Yeah.
They did incredible writing, on stuff. The Beatles. I used to be a big Beatles fan. Eleanor Rigby was one of my favorite songs when I was a little younger. Like always hearing that song, always just brought like a warm feeling. I don't know why, but I was always tied to the Eleanor Rigby.
Yeah, for me, I'll listen to Megadeth, Slayer, Metallica, Faith No More, Rage Against the Machine, and now I'll jump over to kind of the kind of the rap hip hop, Jay-Z, the early '90s of Tupac Shakur,
Biggie Smalls.
Yeah, Biggie Smalls, all those guys, and then I'll jump over to the jazz part, and into the pop. So you gotta have this kind of this umbrella of music to really appreciate everyone that's done it.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing was like in the mid to late 80s. I don't know. Maybe I always say this, and people in my niece always like, well, you're just because you're old or whatever. But it's kind of like, I felt like it's the best music of stuff that came through between like the mid 80s to the mid 90s. And it's funny because when you hear stuff being played, like when you drive by a party or something like that, they're playing songs from that genre, like songs back then. But you look at that era of like some of the punk rockers and some of the hip hoppers and the people that listen to it, you weren't really that much different. You were kind of like the outskirts of society. You were kind of wanting your voice heard. You felt like and it's like there's a common thing. So I listened to the punk. Beastie Boys started out as a punk rock group before it became a rock group. So I have connections that are there that people don't actually realize. But Faith No More, I would listen to them when they came out. When I was doing the station in college,
Offspring.
Yeah, the station we had in college was an alternative station. So we played like I became a fan of the Rollins band. I became a fan of Cowboy Junk stuff. We played a lot of the R.E.M. We played a lot of Pearl Jam before they hit big. We had a lot of the Nirvana before they hit big on stuff. Because what we would do is once they hit big, we would stop playing them because they would go to the mainstream. And we were trying to play artists.
Some you develop all
this stuff when you listen to lyrics. And I remember watching one time on Yo TV, or not, it wasn't Yo TV, it was one of the MTV shows, but Dr. Dre was hosting, like, it was like top 10 videos or whatever. They were bringing celebrity.
Yeah, the original Dr. Dre, not who he did the original.
For you millennials, back in the day, MTV.
Back in the day,
had videos. Yeah.
They played music videos. Like
that's all they played was videos.
Yes.
But Dr. Dre was hosting one time, and he brought on Marilyn Manson as one of his favorite songs or whatever. And when you listen to it, he was saying it was the beat, it was the way, it was the passion that he put it together. You listen to that and you heard that. And it's just like, it's good song. You hear good music, you know when it's good music.
Yeah.
It's not like,
you know it's good music.
Franklin, like,
because
you know when she hits those notes, like nobody's going to hit those notes, you know?
And a lot of people say that about Marilyn Manson too. It's like, yeah, he kind of looks weird, whatever, but like his musical genius. It's kind of like genius.
Yeah, Todd.
Some of the stuff that he does.
Marilyn Manson is a way underappreciated band.
I agree.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
People are like, no, he's fucked up. He's way out there, and I'm like, no,
that's what I mean. They see the image. They just see the image and not what he really puts out. You know, it's like not the real music.
Yeah,
like, yeah. Dude slays. Like he's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was a weird type thing. Like, I don't know, me growing up, like I would listen to, grew up in New Jersey. We had like Bon Jovi was from New Jersey, so you'd hear them. But it's like I could sit there and listen to Huey Lewis in the News, and then 5 minutes later, in the NWA. It's just, if it was something that was good that grabbed my attention, I was kind of into it.
Well, like the Police, all those guys.
Yeah. And you'd have someone like, say, a Gangstar who would put jazz in his stuff. That got you more into jazz music because he was sampling some of the different Johnny Coltrane and stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah.
I actually like jazz.
It all like intertwines.
Yeah.
It really does, like all intertwines.
Yeah. So I mean, if you got appreciation for music, you got appreciation for music. It's you listen to the different things, you pull different parts, and it's like, one of the things I'll talk about, like one of the Chronicles show when I do it, is a lot of people that put these beats together. It's like I did one of the videos about Kraftwerk. Like people just didn't realize how big Kraftwerk was in the beginning of the hip hop years.
That was a very good video, by the way.
Well, thank you, my friend. Because they were like, here's this group out of Germany doing electronic music. What do they got to do with hip hop? But there was so much of their music that was sampled through because of what it actually did, from Bambaataa to Egyptian Lover to all these other groups that used. I mean, they had so many things sampled from them.
Oh, yeah.
Knowing the beats and the genius on what they were actually doing.
I really had no idea about them until I watched that video that you did. I was like, this is pretty freaking great. Like, this is really good.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Thank you.
Speaking of Germany, I think Rammstein is kind of taken from the hip hop and from the rock, the heavy metal part, and kind of mesh it together and be like, hey, here's our version of it. Either take it or leave it.
Yeah. And it's
I know we're kind of getting away from beer here, right? I apologize for that. But.
Now, when you gonna do another Chronicles?
Well, I was going to do one this week. I'm going to do one this week, I'm going to say, because I didn't do one last week. I got thrown around with other stuff we were doing.
Yeah.
I'm going to do maybe one or two this week to make up for upcoming. Got a couple things on the board that I'm kind of kicking around, but, I was in a chat earlier.
It's a
BNA,
very cool idea. And people out there watching, if you ain't checked it out, check out Rajay's Chronicles because it's really good. It's really good.
There was the one I was on BNA show talking early in the comments, and we were talking about people doing stuff on social media and kind of getting hit for it, like in their like there's one song I want to do something on, but I can't do it the way I want to do it because then it's kind of like because of what I do and where I work, it may come back to kind of position me in a thing where because it's not like how I feel now, but it's about some of the stuff taking place in society right now. So I'm trying to think what I want to do this week. But at one point, I'm like, I might be able to push it out, but I had to do it in a way where it's not like I don't want people to think I'm attacking it a certain way. I guess it's kind of a weird thing. I mess around, but I do have a couple things that are ahead of that I want to do that I want to touch on. I mean, right now, like this week, earlier this week, Public Enemy released a new song, and Public Enemy was something I was going to be talking about them at some point. KRS-One I was going to be talking about at some point as well.
One I would like to see you do one on, just me personally, because they're kind of the ones that kind of got me into hip hop, is UTFO.
Oh, the UTFO type one.
With Roxanne, like Shantae Roxanne, all that whole like battle between those two back in the 80s, way back when.
Yeah. That was that UTFO song set up Roxanne Shantae's career basically for
Yes. Now she's on Sirius and has her own kind of show on Sirius.
Oh, no, L's channel. Pretty cool. Yeah.
But just me personally, like that'd be cool if he did something like that, just because that kind of got me into the hip hop scene.
I remember
my brother, there's 8 years difference between us. So he's 16, I was 8. Riding around in his car, that's what they would listen to. So it's like talking like early 80s. So I'd be like, that's what I remember, It's like
that's definitely something to take a look at as well.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe me personally would be cool. I don't know if anybody else would like it, but I would like it.
Well, even a series about females as well, just because females in hip hop have kind of been overshadowed over the years. Mm-hmm. Something like Shantae kind of getting that launched from there, and what Latifah had done and MC Light and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And even in the rock, like Evanescence and Fate and who else is Lady Gaga is kind of a little bit. She's kind of going into metal a little bit. And what's the new one that's kind of it's been around like the last 3 or 4 years. Oh, God, what is it? In this moment.
Yeah, there's a few different ways. I was thinking about doing that one to share with you guys the time that I met Busta Rhymes when we did an interview with him. Mm-hmm. Talking about that one, and because Busta Rhymes is one of the people I feel like is so
good one.
Underestimated hip hop. Like there's always said like there's 2 MCs you would never give a mic to on a hip hop show to go free flow. One was KRS-One, and the second one at hip hop will tell you is Busta Rhymes because he has so many different the way he does things. And during the course of the 90s, you couldn't even make a remix unless Busta Rhymes was on it. Like Busta Rhymes on your remix, like made it legit. Like when people were doing stuff, and even like one of the new artists, I forgot who it was, just came out with a song. I think it was last year or so, maybe a couple years ago, and he was a fast speaking artist, but he had Twister on there from Chicago, but of course he had Busta Rhymes on there too because Busta Rhymes has so many different styles that it makes it kind of.
He does.
I mean, I interviewed Kool G Rap one time when he was like drinking a whiskey and smoking a blunt, which was kind of a funny type story to share as well. So I've got like different stories. I mean, I was talking with Shock G when I met him in college, and Biz Markie and some of the different people I met. So I got some stuff to pull from, and then I got some stories of like things I wrote as a feature writer back in the day. Like here's what I wrote about this album when it first came out, and I could share a song from the album or something. So I got something. I got to get into the studio and get some.
Definitely
stuff.
A cool series for sure.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. It's fun. I like it. I enjoy it. So definitely a good one. And Vanessa says you can look for that one time. That was the high wire beer that you had.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That Ace one of her carry guns to pick to the left. So she has other carry guns as well. I want to get it H&K P30L. Wow. Okay. And my SW 629 8.3 and 8 barrel revolvers are always with me, Eric. My first ever firearm purchase was fall in 1982 and the SW 629.
Nice.
Air Force was also
Vanessa. The first gun I ever shot was my grandfather's 410, and that was back in the 40s or 50s when he was a kid.
Kuvies are always good, Gilbert. As a USFA medic, my career was the only medic ever issued a sign. Oh, wow. Old Smoky makes tasty products. Buy bison burgers, stuffed them with blue cheese. Smoky Dad, dill pickle, moonshine, make the burgers and put pickles on the burger. See, that's the thing. So we were talking about, actually just the other day, going on a trip to Gatlinburg's on your cabin. I would love to get some bison burgers because we usually get moonshine when we go to Gatlinburg. Get some of that pickle moonshine, making some bison burgers on the grill. Yeah, that can definitely be something to deal with there.
Oh yeah.
Cheers to Gilbert from Chugs. Hello, Buddhas. Cheers, Chugs. And I will send you guys some leather cup holders before the holidays. You can test them out. Well, definitely.
Thank you, Vanessa. If you do that, I will pay you, and I will pay you very well.
Yeah, BeerVentures said, play the game with us Wednesday. Thanks for the plug and love, guys. Yeah, back to you as well. Yeah, so Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, and just need to get over there and do it. So I use my SW629 for the deer hunting fall. Nice. Old fresh picking, your own strawberries opens here this weekend. I'm going Wednesday. Faith No More, Reign Supreme. There you go. I saw that one song.
Emerson, it does. I like Faith No More. I do.
Wind it off, but you can't have it. I still remember that video too. AC/DC, my favorite band. AC/DC was always legit. One of my favorite
They're
movies
good.
in the 80s. Stephen King movie, Maximum Overdrive. You guys ever seen that?
Oh, yeah.
Soundtrack AC/DC, and it's just like it was well put together with the soundtrack to the movie and everything. So
That's one of the shoot the cans out of like the Coke machines and shit, right?
yeah. Well, you know, Emily Estevez was in that. He actually lives in Cincinnati now. I didn't realize that.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he just bought a place down here because he does a lot of movies here now.
Billy-o!
That'd be a Beer Flow show. Billy the Kid. Let me see. AC/DC, Dirty D, Thunder, Cheap. Yeah, I remember. Big Balls, I always liked too. I think if I had to pick a favorite AC/DC song now,
For Those About to Rock.
I was thinking about that one. But I guess You Shook Me All Night Long. Maybe it's a sentimental thing for the time I started listening to him, but You Shook Me All Night Long is up
That's
there.
a good one. That's a good one, too. That's a good one.
I think of For Those About to Rock, we salute you. Dirty D's is pretty good though. I do like that one. Yeah. Hell's Bells I actually still like as well. But yeah, Take Me All Night Long would be the one I would choose probably for AC/DC. And Pink Floyd,
maybe
Pink Floyd back in the day.
Oh, I can't stand Pink Floyd. Or no, Rush. It's Rush I can't stand.
Oh, Rush.
You didn't like Rush?
No, I do not like Rush. I do not.
Not even Tom Sawyer.
What's that?
Not even Tom Sawyer?
Tom Sawyer.
Nah. No good.
You get Gilbert pissed off now. You know they're Canadian.
Right.
Hey, Gilbert.
Now he's going to be Go Pack Go to the maximum.
Yeah. I remember Styx. I liked some of Styx. I used to go to my
Styx were good.
Styx was good.
Styx one of those bands like you don't know their song.
Styx.
You hear it and you're like, oh, I love this song. And you're like, oh, it's Styx. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's Styx. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the goal for you people, or you older people out there. I can remember. Again, we're going back to MTV actually played music. And they said the Saturday night concerts. You guys remember Saturday night concerts?
Yeah, I remember saying that. Yeah,
I do. Remember watching the Thompson Twins on the Saturday night concert when the Thompson Twins were playing.
Really?
Like, yeah. I mean, they had the Thompson Twins. They did one with Flock of Seagulls, I believe, and some other groups. And each Saturday night they had like a 10 o'clock concert where they would be in the studio before they did like Unplugged and stuff. I can remember the LL on Unplugged. That was actually
yeah.
That was really good. I remember Nirvana on Unplugged, which was really good. So, yeah, but back in the day when MTV actually played music.
Yeah.
Music.
Instead of all the reality shit that they do now.
Well, it's funny. We were watching a news story the other night on TV, and one guy was talking, Kevin. I can't remember his last name. And I'm like, oh, that's Kevin from The Real World back in the day, the first one. And he didn't recognize him. He was on the first Real World. He got kicked out of the house. He's like, what did he get kicked out for the house? I don't know. It was just the black people always got kicked out of the house back then.
Hey, I actually went.
Some things never change, Rod. Some things
I actually auditioned for it.
I got kicked out of the house too. So.
Hey.
Yeah, I was going to say, The Miz was on Real World. Now he's like a famous WWE wrestler.
I would have been on The Real World if I would have been with him. I would have been on that one. With
The Miz?
Yes, I auditioned for it.
No shit. Oh,
yes,
damn.
I did, and I never got a call back from MTV.
Oh, you never did? They never said no, thank you or nothing.
Nope, they didn't. No.
Oh, that's bullshit.
So fuck you, MTV Double Boom, baby.
Yeah, fuck you, world. So bitches.
Vanessa says I was playing AC/DC Thunderstruck album in my truck's cassette player at 103rd Street and First Ave in New York on Sunday. That is how I know the spot is 124 miles exactly from here. Thunderstruck's good too. I like that.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Way better than Dust in the Wind. I mean, yeah, it was.
We are is dust in the wind.
This was like 77 or something like that. So I mean, Kansas was huge at the time. It was late 70s. You know, it was on the jukebox. I just remember always playing pool and Dust in the Wind being on our jukebox.
No place like home. No place
Deep
like
Purple,
home.
Bluish, and Cold. Right?
No place like home.
Yeah. I started listening to metal, then heavy metal, then thrash metal, then speed metal, then black metal, then death metal, then gore metal, and that's it. There you go. He's all.
Yeah,
Common theme there is metal.
He's like the dude that what's that dude in Canada that he's talking about? Chris something. I can't remember his last name now, but he used to be on YouTube doing stuff. But he's like always in metal.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I can't remember his name now, but I remember before. Like,
because I'm too fucking trashed right now.
Every time somebody commented on this video, you like attack them or something. Like, the dude was trying to pay you a compliment. Why are you attacking him?
Mm-hmm.
No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Yeah, Beastie Boys. Yeah, do the Humpty Hump.
Oh, there you go. Humpty Hump.
I got more way fucked up than Marilyn Manson. He just has some money and I'm broke. So you're a poor Marilyn Manson.
Poor man's Marilyn Man.
A poor Marilyn Manson.
We don't want to know about your adventures. Okay,
a poor man, Maryland.
Stop right there.
You get arrested in some states if you're a poor Marilyn Manson. Oh, nice. In the early nights, I went to an in-concert. The Jim Rose Freak Show opened. So after we watched the dude with the cement block hooked to his packer. This got weird.
What the fuck, Emerson? What the fuck?
I like how Emerson said things got weird after the fact of the guy.
After, yeah,
right?
Not that happened. It happened after.
But after the fact.
It's like, okay, he's all right, but you're kind of fucked up.
Yeah, that's right.
They got weird, right? Oh, too much beer talk. Jeez Louise. Just give me some Bill Withers, some Stevie Wonder. I'm good. That's good music too to relax and kick back on.
Stevie Wonder, all right.
Check out the Wham and Slayer mashup video. I have not seen Wham and Slayer in a mashup video, but that would be really interesting.
That would be.
Right.
Sure.
Hip Hop Chronicles, do it.
Well, that's not hip hop.
Hey.
Do it anyway.
You could do an umbrella one.
Paul said Eric whistled a new episode of Paranormal Michigan.
Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
Give me some Lions talk. What's your favorite position group on the team?
They fucking suck!
Is that a position group?
Yes.
Oh, collectively.
That's they've been active lately. Were they last active on my show when the light was flickered and answering our questions? Was the last time it happened with the lights?
No,
did you see that episode, Todd?
Well, that's why this light's off right here.
A few weeks ago, I don't know if you were here that night. Me and Eric did the Beer Flow show. And we were talking, and the light started flickering. So I started asking questions, and the light was flickering to the answers I was asking.
No. That must have been, was that like a week or so ago? 2 weeks ago?
A couple weeks ago, I think, when you guys were out, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Eric was talking about how his shit was like haunted and stuff anyway.
This house is like fucked.
So what happened? Like the light flickered behind you?
Yeah, the light flickered, and we asked the question,
I would say if you think and I was like, flash and it would flash like on answers and stuff. Like,
wow.
Yeah. Only Eric's got to sleep there, so I wasn't worried about it myself.
Like, I don't believe. Yeah, right.
Thanks, right.
I don't believe in a lot of shit, but I kind of somewhat believe in that stuff.
Yeah. I'm like, if Eric can sleep there and he's good to go, I don't got to worry.
That's right. Who cares? You're home state, 2 states away.
God, if you come up here to watch Michigan State, you got to sleep here, buddy. You got to sleep here.
No, I will 100% do that. Eric, do you hear things like every single night? Shit happens every night.
They haven't done stuff in a couple of months.
Okay.
They haven't done. Yeah.
Okay. No, but I've heard so many stories along the way, which I think we talked about before in the past. Like,
Yeah.
I 100% like believe that shit.
Well, see, I should have got you guys. I didn't think about it at the time, but when you guys were here, one of the last 2 times, I should have got you over to Bobby Mackey's. Because Bobby Mackey's is the haunted bar in the area.
I would go into Bobby Mackey's. I would go in.
And the weird
Ghost Hunters came here and did a show, and they actually left because they said it was too much freaky shit happening.
Yeah, the weird thing is, I believe more of that stuff than Shannon does, and she's more like the what your sign is and shit like that, which would make you think that she'd believe more in that, but she doesn't. Like, I believe more into the
I feel like
unknown shit like that.
Shannon would be there cussing out ghosts. I believe. Like,
yeah, she's like, I can't fucking see it. I don't give a fuck.
I would actually go into Bobby Mackey's. I would.
I would do that. I wouldn't like physically.
Because all you really have to do is communicate with them, and if you just communicate with them, they're probably
nice ghosts.
Cool, maybe.
Well, I'm not saying nice. They just want to say, "Hey, we're here."
They want to know. They want you to know they're there.
They're not terrible. The bar still operates just fine, so they're not like bad ghosts.
Yeah, all we want you to be acknowledged. That's all.
I've had some experiences with that in my younger days. Like, I want to physically see something.
Yeah.
And I've had shit happen like along the way that.
Paul, they're not going to lose in the end. They are not going to lose. They're going to be the Super Bowl motherfucking champions, Paul.
Know yourself, ghost fools.
Hey, Gilbert, if you see something flying over here and it looks like an orb, let me know in the comments.
Not a big tennis fan, so I don't know. Yeah, we're talking about the tennis player. Eric, come to PA. We go to Pennhurst and Salem or Eastern Penn. There's a couple of different really cool places we can go to. Chug says baby metal. Just getting his metal chops, I guess. I know the baby metal. Japanese chaos. Work is really good. Work is a really good person at naming people and music. Then I want to hit by buses constantly. Did I read that sentence right? I don't know. The oldest paper mill in the country is here in this town. The oldest part of the plant was built in the early 1600s. And I think Vanessa said that might have been like something like haunted or something too. Roz got you all in check. Yeah, Buster Roz.
Woo-ha!
Woo-ha!
Ghost town, and that was super, super cool. Nice. That he went to. Shoot the Thrill, about to rock TNT. TNT, yeah, that would be up there as well. I mean,
TNT.
Yeah.
Hell's Bells is what Paul said.
You can't go wrong with any. They're like popular songs for sure.
Other contenders.
Yeah.
We got escorted from Martha's Vineyard, June of '86, by the Massachusetts State Police. 6 of us, myself, my brother, and their friends. Why did you get escorted from Martha's Vineyard?
Yeah, Vanessa, why'd you get escorted? Why?
Bells, Back in Black, yeah. Eric can't stand a rush of Pink Floyd.
No, I cannot.
How do you not when you like Pink Floyd, you just don't like Rush, right?
Yeah, I like Pink Floyd. Yeah.
Slap the bass.
Eric, how can anyone not like Rush?
I don't like Rush. They fucking suck. They're like, rah. I'm like, oh god, I gotta plug my ear.
The voice killed it for most. There's a lot of people that have trouble with the lead singer's voice. I will say that. I've heard people complain about that too. 2112. Eric is better not like Styx if he doesn't like Rush. He does like Styx. He said Styx was fine. But he don't like Rush. So.
No to Rush, yes to Stick. No to Rush, yes to Stick.
It's like a person likes a Wheat Ale, but then they hate a Shandy. I mean, I don't know. You hate Rush, Eric. You go back. Go.
Fuck you, Gilbert. Fuck you. Go, Lions, go, bitch. Packers, fucking.
Yeah.
I'm done with you, Gilbert. I'm done.
You're done.
Lawrence Welk was on the TV when I grew up. Yeah, I remember Lawrence Welk back in the day on the TV as well as a kid. People used to watch the Lawrence Welk show like crazy too. Big ballroom dancing, I guess. Tears for Fears going right now. Tears for Fears and Aha. Ghosts and Sheep. I've got the Tears for Fears swoop going right now under my hat. Moody Blues is one of the 2 concerts I've ever been to. And Chris Peters, that's who it was. Chris Peters, tool bag piece of shit. That's what I was thinking of with the Chris name. Eric is a used Tears for Fears and Oaks and all fan, all in Oats.
All in Oats.
He does like Man-Eater. You like Man-Eater, right? Oh, here she comes.
My Man-Eater.
Yep. She's a Man-Eater.
She only comes out.
That's right.
My position is
Gilbert, this year we're going to the fucking Super Bowl, bitch. We're going to the Super Bowl.
I think you set off a Gilbert about not liking Rush.
Gilbert can go fuck himself.
Met the Warrens in 76. That had to be kind of an interesting meeting. I do like the movies they do around the Warrens. I do want to watch it. I think it's The Conjuring 2 and Annabelle's second story. I've got that saved right now on DVR. Can a ghost give hand jobs?
Can ghosts give hand jobs?
Yeah, but it's a little bit murky.
Yeah.
Well, Paul, if you're going over to Nevada, there's a place that will apparently based on Zach Bagans, his thing that they will do that. They will.
I think you really got Gilbert riled up.
Yeah. He's at a whole different level right now. Good job, Eric.
Oh man. Were you escorted or escorted? Talk about the Martha's Vineyards. Oh man. We had Martha's Vineyard Family Campground camping spot for a week. It took just 3 days when they refunded all of our money and pointed us to the state trooper. The troopers said we are escorting all of you into the ferry. Don't come back. LOL. What did you do to get escorted off of Martha's Vineyard's property? That's what I'm curious about.
Oh shit.
As I got back from Alaska on leave then. If I were a ghost, I'm doing tea bags.
Tea bags.
Mass police had to leave the aisle. What did you do though? What caused you to have to leave? You guys are rebel rousers.
No shit.
No doubt. What
Rough ones of
happened?
feathers
What
there.
happened?
What did you guys piss off the rich folks? Oh man. That's an inquiring answer. I like to know that one. But
Inquiring minds want to know.
Want to know. That's right.
it is 11:43, so
Oh shit.
I guess it's time.
No, it's not time. It's not time, Brad. It's not time.
Not yet. Not yet.
You want to do the video before or after Eric does a PSA? Do you guys want to see?
Video.
What are we doing the video up first off?
I'm going to do a
Your
little.
parachute.
No, not the parachute.
That would be a good one. That would be a good one.
I got a one-man show to play an act on the closing out of the show here. Got to pull it up here.
You're the man. What do you want to do? PSA or the video first?
I think Eric's a little nervous about doing a PSA right now.
No, he's all right.
Okay, I'm ready. Bud.
Got faith in you, Eric. Got faith in you.
Let's see here.
Oh shit! If you wait like 10 more minutes, drunk Shannon will be in here in a minute.
Shannon, where you at, Shannon?
They just pulled in, so I have to mute.
Did they really? Wait. Let's wait.
Oh shit! Prolong it just a little bit longer. Play your video, Rod. Play your video.
Yeah, play your video. Play your video.
Shannon would crack up on this video.
Hmm.
Hold on. I gotta get it blown up here. Oh,
So Vanessa says, day one we made a punch. Day two we were a wee bit loud after a mere punch. Day three we punch was so strong that the camp managers said that the snoring was so outrageous. I was not drinking. That's what she said.
That's on you. As Joe would say, that's on you.
Paul, I just seen your last. No.
Let me see here. Got too many damn things open. Yeah, so we made the punch. We were wee bit loud for more punch. And, I mean, it's just making punch, but you're partying, so give Eric a little bit more to get a little bit more drunk first. Face more before, yeah. I liked Face No More when they came out. They had some originality to them, so I did enjoy them.
Do we have to do the PSA? Because I don't feel like I can do that.
Heard the garage door shutting, so she's got to be opening up. Yeah, well, she's got to be close.
We'll get this out of the way right now.
All right, guys, if you had too much to drink, please get a designated driver. You guys know my speeding off. I'm going to say it one more time. Guys, do not drive home drunk, dude. You're going to pull over by the cops. They're going to make you do the stupid ass sobriety test. Free ride to jail. What am I hearing?
And whatever.
I'm getting buzzed right now.
Free ride to jail. The court fees and possible prison time. And if you hit or kill somebody, you guys know you're going to be slammer for a while. And if you kill yourself, all you've done is hurt your family and friends and put yourself 6 in there, okay? Just sleep off your buzz, get your car and then take it. An Uber, a taxi, a Lyft. Have a buddy call you. Have someone come to get you because it's stupid to drive home drunk. I'm telling you guys, do not do it because you're going to spend a bunch of money on doing this stuff, okay? Just do not do it, okay? And if I find out you're doing it, I'm going to take a baseball bat to your knees, to your elbows, and possibly even to maybe some other body extremity because we already know someone who did it, and I did not go. Just don't do it. Just do not do it. Just do not do it. I'm done, Ron. I'm done.
Okay.
All right, need like 2 minutes. Be like 2 minutes, and then you can play your video. She had to go pee. She had to go pee real quick.
She's gonna watch here. Let's see. Vanessa says she got severe sunburn in her legs in 10 minutes the first day. Still have scars on her legs. Wow.
So was anybody else here in the chat, was my PSA a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
It's always a thumbs up, Eric. It's always a thumbs up.
Ruckus until the troopers made us leave.
Well, I actually want to see
Vanessa. Don't leave yet, Vanessa. I got a premiere I'm going to play here.
Yeah, hang on just a second. If you want Shane to watch it, just hang on just for
Rush
2
hater.
seconds.
How can you sleep at night, Gilbert says. Rush hater. How can you sleep at night?
I can sleep very, very well. Yeah, I can sleep very well.
Fall to my nuts. I'm going to have to pay you money, and I'm not paying you money. It's like he's got a giant mouthful of cotton balls. So cool. Thumbs up, Eric.
Damn.
That fellow reminds me of my high school guidance counselor.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
All right, here she comes.
Okay, still here.
Y'all can fuck off if you don't like my PSA. If you guys get a thumbs up, you can fuck off.
Eric, thumbs up, dude.
Relax there.
It's always good.
Where's she at?
Here she comes.
So, guys, if this guy up here does not do it, give him a big thumbs up. Do a subscribe and also hit that bell notification so you guys get more videos just like this one. All right. Shannon, what's up? Woo!
I just got back from Bible study.
She's in the house. Yeah, right.
I came back from Bible study.
Yeah, I just got back from Bible study.
Bible.
So how many
Beer
Bibles did you put in the Bible when you cut the pages out?
As many as I can get in there.
I was like, where's Shannon at? She's not like, you just blew us off tonight, you know? Are you off tomorrow?
She had more important things to do.
Hey, you hanging out with your boys?
We're not important no more.
If you're off tomorrow, you're supposed to be on the show when you're off the next day.
That's right.
That's in your contract.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
No, she won't.
I'll try.
And Vanessa says, hello, Shannon. And Jeremy says, we still live. Cool. Yeah, well, not much longer, but thumbs up the bum. Eric P.A. Bruni said, the whiskey is making Eric angry. Are you getting angry, Eric?
No, I'm not.
Did you drink? Eric drank too many hams?
No. Hey,
Nothing wrong with some hams.
Jeremy, it was this. It was this right here.
Yeah, Vanessa's telling you, Shannon. She was telling her she got kicked out of Martha's Vineyard story. So,
Oh,
they made ruckus and the rich people made them leave.
I hate
Damn rich people.
All right, Rod, it's on you, buddy. It's on you.
Before we leave, I'm going to go ahead and share this video because this may have been the funniest shit I've seen today. It might have been one of the
Oh God.
This is one of the funniest things I've seen in a good amount of time. So let me pull this up here. And I shared this earlier with Alan and Blake and them earlier. This is some crazy shit. That's all I'm going to say. So with this, we'll play this into the upcoming weekend.
Yo, I'm hopping all around. I'm a pink bird. I'm walking all around. Better drink some water.
Can y'all hear it?
I'm just flamingo. I'm coming on your shoreline. Here I go. I'm gonna peacefully drink. Yo, I'm slowly creeping up to your front yard. Nothing threatening here. I'm just a flamingo. I'm rip out his motherfucking eyeballs. I'm gonna rip out his goddamn eyeball. I'm a flamingo. I'm gonna rip out your eyeball. I'm a flamingo and I get up in your child's eyeball. No more eyeballs.
What the fuck is that?
Was he pausing? What's going on?
You wait for it.
Oh my God.
Your grandmother, time of grandma. Give me your grandmother. Give me her vagina. I'm eating your grandmother's vagina. I don't give a fuck.
Oh,
my
shit.
God.
There I eat vagina, then I fly away. No, goddammit, I don't care. I live by these rules and it's truth or dare, baby. It's a lawless nation for the flamingo. It's nothing that I do about it. I gotta know when I'm flying all out.
Oh my God.
There's more.
Oh, I can't. I can't even look.
Your snack is mine. Your snack is your person. Your human body is my appetizer. Then for dinner, I think I'm going to do croutons and maybe a light baby spinach. I might do baby spinach. But first, your sister.
Oh, Jesus.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Oh my God. Where in the hell did you find that?
Thank you.
Yeah, no kidding.
Thank you for
Thank you.
ending. Thank you for ending that. Whoever what that was, thank you for ending that.
That was like Napoleon Dynamite.
No
going
shit.
up.
Yeah.
I just figured that's a good way to go out on the Thursday night. One of my friends posted on Facebook. I said, "This is some funny ass shit right here."
No
my
kidding.
That's a shit show.
Shannon,
Bullshit
how you
show.
feeling? Shannon, how you feeling? How you feeling?
I feel great. How are you feeling?
Woo!
Well, Eric, hopefully you finished on a good note tonight as we went through it.
Ric Flair, bitch.
That being said, we're going to go ahead and sign off. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. We appreciate all you guys coming out tonight. It is a nice blast of fun, and hopefully we got you kickstarted for heading into your weekend. Look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Keep drinking those good craft beers. Remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers, everybody.